Hello. Welcome, everyone. It is with great pleasure in my heart to announce that Red Sheet Sinclair will no longer be a bench baby bitch. Now, let's address everything, shall we? What is going on in ProjectMoon, May 26, 7:30 p.m. Well, let's open this up, shall we? Eight 10 p.m. May 26, 2025. Notice from ProjectMoon. Balancing adjustment for certain identities. Thank you, Chihiro. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you for the mouse notification. Hooray. Thank you for the support. Hello, this is Kim Ji-hoon, director at ProjectMoon. I would like to inform you all of an upcoming adjustment to the Red Sheet Sinclair passive and Talisman effect, and High Shoe Pack Mao Branch Adept Faust identity effect. Lobotomy Ego Red Sheet Sinclair. The identity theme for this season was intended to focus on the Rupture keyword, and the identities have been released based on that idea. However, due to the severe balancing issues that are closely tied to the overtuned abilities of the Lobotomy Ego Red Sheet Sinclair passive and Talisman effect, we have reached the conclusion that adjustments must be made. We sincerely wished to avoid making any adjustments to identities that have been released. However, the existence of Lobotomy Ego Red Sheet Sinclair passive and Talisman buff has severely affected our game design, not only in regards to Rupture identities, but the entire keyword itself. We have worked diligently to find various possible adjustments to avoid Rupture identities overly synergizing with Red Sheet Sinclair. But our attempts to do so has forced us to place several awkward limitations on the Rupture keyword itself. 15.3. And this problem has become far more apparent with the current season. High Shoe Pack Mao Branch Adept Faust. We realized that this unit's damage output was far too high compared to that of the other units, which was not our initial game design intent. Therefore, we mean to make adjustments to address this issue. Our initial intent to have this unit use its empowered skill 3 every 3 to 5 turns, similar to other units who have an empowered skill. However, due to the mistake in the design process and the lack of testing, we ended up setting the values incorrectly. This mistake has been made to the High Shoe Pack Mao Branch Faust empowered skill 3 activation conditional far too low, which means that it can use a skill that was intended to be used every 3 to 5 turns, every single turn in focused encounters. In order to address this issue, we will be raising the requirement of the Tianju Star Blade stack to use the empowered skill 3, and the amount consumed when using it. It will be adjusted so that it may be used every 2 to 3 turns, considering the unit's current capabilities. In conclusion, in the process of testing and prioritizing the combat encounters and cutscenes of Kanto 8, I as the director made requests for several urgent additions in terms of story cutscenes and gameplay elements. Due to this, our combat design team was preoccupied with adding and testing these new additions, which means that they physically did not have enough time to sufficiently test this identity. This is what has led to the current situation where we have the Rupture keyword synergy and identity's power breaking the game balance. I am terribly sorry for having to frequently make these negative adjustments to these identities and ego that our users have been using for their powerful capabilities. I made an announcement to never change the texts and values of already released identities back when the Ring Sang student Yi-Sang was released. However, regretfully and shamefully, I will have to go against what I said earlier. This decision was made with the belief that proper game balancing increases the player's immersion, which leads to the immersion with the game story itself. However, I would like to express that I am terribly regretful that this change may hurt the immersion and expectation of many of users who have been looking forward to enjoying Kanto 8. It is especially unfortunate as this mistake was made in the same vein as the case with the ring student Yi Sang. We will put further care into our identity and ego designs going forward, in effort to prevent similar issues from occurring again. With the May 29th KST schedule update, Lobotomy Ego Redsheet Sinclair and Haishu Pack Mal Branch Adept Faust, levels and upties will be reset for all managers. Upon reset, any identity training tickets, threads, or ego shards used to upgrade these units will be refunded to your inbox. Refunded ego shards will be Season 6 Sinclair ego shards and Season 6 Faust ego shards, regardless of the season the identities were uptied in. Also, as an expression of our sincere regret and apology, we would like to give you additional compensation for these negative adjustments. Once again, I am sincerely apologize for this mistake. Lobotomy Ego Redsheet Sinclair. Support passive conditional. Before, Floor Gluttony res. After, Floor Gluttony resource owned. Support passive. Before, at the start of a combat phase, give highest res and ×2 Talisman to the ally with the most HP. After, ally with the current most HP inflicts +1 Rupture potency attack and counter skills. Before, Talisman. On hit, inflict Rupture count. When hit, gain Rupture by count. Turn end. At 6+ count, remove all talismans and take fixed damage by its count. After. Max stack 6. On hit, consume 1 Rupture count on the target to inflict stack divided by 2 Rupture. Inflicts at least 1 Rupture if the Rupture count was consumed rounded down. When hit, gain stack divided by 2 Rupture and lose 1 stack. Gain at least 1 stack rounded down. Turn end. At 6+ stacks, remove all talismans and take fixed damage by the stack. Haishu Pack Mal Branch Adept Faust. Skill 3. Before, at 10 Taiju Starblade, activate the Ascended Haishu Mal Technique Cloud Splitting Manifestation instead. After, at 20 Tianju Starblade, activate the Ascended Haishu Mal Technique Cloud Splitting Manifestation instead. Defense skill. At 10 Tianju Starblade, activate the technique. At 220 at Tianju Starblade, activate the technique. Empowered skill 3. Consume 20 Tianju Starblade instead of 10 Tianju Starblade. Notice. Changes to the Lobotomy Ego Redsheet Sinclair Haishu Pack Mal Branch identity levels and upties will be reset. Compensation. Lobotomy Ego Redsheet Sinclair compensation. 1300 lunacy. Haishu Pack Mal Branch. Previously. 1 3-star ticket. 6 300 Season 6 shards. However, this has been adjusted. As of an hour later, at 9:23 PM, 1 hour after the announcement, another status has been adjusted. Notice, Haishu Pack Mal Branch Adept Faust Extraction Resource returns. Hello, this is Kim Ji-hoon, CEO at ProjectMoon. I would like to once again deeply apologize to all users who have extracted this Faust's unit. It was a rash decision of me to provide a 3-star guarantee ticket. Wait, refresh the page? Oh, okay. It was a rash decision of me to provide the 3-star guarantee ticket and Seasonal 6 nominal ego cards rewards for compensation. Oh, are you talking about this one has been refreshed? No, this one's the same. Okay, this one. As we shared in our last notice, the 3-star guaranteed ticket and Seasonal 6 Ego Shizit will be given out with the May 29th schedule update. In addition, we will be fully refunding all tickets, paid lunacy, and free lunacy used for your extractions up until the nerf announcement was posted to your inboxes as well. Because we have never had to use this function before, and because this kind of situation hasn't occurred in the past, I was certain whether the form of compensation would even be possible. However, I was just informed that it was indeed possible, though not by this Thursday. Therefore, we will be returning all resources used to extract this Faust unit prior to her adjustment, even if it takes time. If you had used a guaranteed 3-star ticket to obtain Haishu-Pack Mao Branch, you will be returned. However, please note that I would deeply appreciate your understanding that the above case may take longer to process than others. I apologize. Learning from this incident, given that it was a special extraction with a set deadline, we will also be establishing a new system to be able to return your resources as soon as possible, if a similar incident occurs in the future. I once again apologize to all users who have extracted this unit for her good capabilities and character. More than anything, I am terribly sorry that due to these changes and the subsequent distress for our users who have played through both Kanto Part 8 Part 1 and 2, I was unable to give you an experience fully focused on the story. Going forward, I will remember this incident with my heart, and continue to hold internal meetings with our team and improve our system so that it does not happen again in the future. I sincerely apologize for this incident. Compensation information. After May 29th, 12 KST. Recipients and contents. All users who extracted the Haishu-Pack Mao Branch in the following period: 25:05:22:12 to 25:05:26:1910 KST. All compensation resources, paid lunacy, free lunacy, extraction tickets, de-extraction tickets, used to extract from the Haishu-Pack Mao Branch target extraction in the following period, from 12 to 1910 on the 22nd to the 26th, will be returned via the inbox. For your users who have obtained the Haishu-Pack Mount from the assured extraction identity in the following period, the compensation 3-star guaranteed de-extraction ticket will be rewarded and received back via compensation. What does this mean going forward? Today is a very special day because there is a lot of people having a crash out. Let us discuss first about the Sinclair changes, because I believe while initially everyone had thought that the Sinclair changes would be the most damaging, it turned out that the Adept Faust change seems to be pissing people off more than the Talisman Sinclair change. I am here to explain to you why Talisman Sinclair should have been changed seasons ago. Talisman Sinclair came from Season 2. Season 2 identities, along with Season 1 identities, were notorious for being within the infamous early period of Limbus Company. The early period of Limbus Company was when the game and the directors, along with the company, were really unsure of the direction that they wanted to take current and future IDs. They did not have a reference for what was going on. They did not understand the future of what would be capable. Rupture, at the current state of it in Season 2, was desperately needed to be changed. So, the creation of Red Sheet Sinclair. Specifically, the Wishing Talisman passive. With a 4 Gluttony res, the highest HP ally will receive Resin ×2 Talisman. Talisman is a status that when you hold Talisman, you inflict Rupture count by the Talisman that you inflict Rupture potency by the count of Talisman. From the moment that Red Sheet Sinclair was added to the game, it was destined to destroy the Rupture keyword. Red Sheet Sinclair Talisman was never a fix to Rupture, it was a band-aid. The Talisman situation is crazy. Everyone knew that eventually Talisman Sinclair would impede in the keyword creation process for Talisman Sinclair. He was the sole reason that Rupture IDs were containing gimmicks. The sole reason that Rupture IDs would never seem to be the same level as other statuses. He is the entire reason the keyword was not only one of the strongest in the entire game, but arguably, as some would say, one of the weakest in the entire game. So why was it not fixed then? And why was it fixed now? The IDs that were released in the modern day for Rupture have been amazingly powerful IDs first, and Rupture units second. They have also came with gimmicks. The most notorious are the Deviats. And alongside the Deviats, they brought along the infamous 15-3. Now, the question is, why 15-3? 15-3 was a band-aid on top of a band-aid. It was entirely created so that the infliction of potency due to the Talisman Sinclair passive would not overly send the Rupture keyword into the literal sky. It was designed to band-aid Talisman Sinclair. Unfortunately, 15-3 was received negatively by the community for a multitude of reasons. One, the 15-3 category was inconsistent. Some IDs did not remove Rupture. Other IDs did not inflict count, but instead of not removing Rupture, it would inflict another status. With this, 15-3 was seemingly phased out, as worded by Kim Jae-hoon's own words. If we go over here, back to the statement about Sinclair. We have worked diligently to find various possible adjustments to avoid the Rupture identity's overlying synergy with Redsheet Sinclair. Our attempts to do so forced us into several awkward limitations on the Rupture word keyword itself. 15-3 was created because of Talisman Sinclair. Now, can and is 15-3 actually good? Well, yes, actually. 15-3 is actually quite good, but that's not what we're here to discuss. The reason 15-3 is potentially good is because of certain conditionals that the 15-3 would actually provide. For instance, Deviat Rhodion's 15-3 effect does not allow her to consume Rupture. Her Rupture count is not consumed. Therefore, you are rewarded by essentially infinite Rupture if you can meet the conditional. This was easily met by combining Talisman Sinclair and Deviat Skill 3. This is a notorious skill that a lot of popular creators also enforced and told people about. But not just creators, but people eventually figured it out itself. Deviat Rhodion's Skill 3 inflicts a minimum blue count. Combining that with the Talisman Sinclair passive, it is entirely possible to reach the 15-3 conditional in one single turn. That is unheard of for many statuses. To reach the maximum length of a conditional in one skill. However, people did not seem to have an issue with it, because it was strong. Think Mersault also has the same conditional effect on as Rodion. This skill does not inflict Rupture, however it does not consume Rupture count. People were like, if this is the direction of 15-3, then everyone would agree that it could be a possible future to be expanded on. The problem became when units who used the 15-3 requirement did not simply consume 15-3. A use case of this is Fanghunt Office Fanghunt Office Honglu, whose 15-3 does not prevent the rupture count. Instead, it prevents his ability to inflict rupture. These IDs and their inconsistency with 15-3 caused the IDs itself to no longer be properly managed due to the 15-3 conditional caused by Reg Seed Sinclair. Should this have been changed 3 seasons ago? Yes. Obviously. Talisman Sinclair was never supposed to last this long. It's honestly a surprise that he lasted from when he was released. But, if you understand this, if Talisman Sinclair was released in the modern age, he would not have released with this support passive. Talisman Sinclair is a remnant of the old Season 1 to 2 IDs. But this prevents a question. Why not simply buff the old IDs? And the answer is simple. ProjectMoon does not believe in buffing artificial IDs. It is not their game motto. Kim Ji-hoon believes, and whether you think this is fair, whether you think this is incorrect, whether you think you agree with it or not, Kim Ji-hoon's motto for ProjectMoon Limbus Company is that an ID can be replaced. And an ID is only as strong as the lore implication that the ID is provided by. That is the reason why IDs are not buffed. Because, according to Kim Ji-hoon's vision, that is how they are meant to be, for the time period. And the later in the game you go, the stronger the IC sinners get. And the better they are at holding their strength. And the stronger foes they begin to face. And because of the stronger foes they begin to face, the IDs that represent the foes get stronger. The IDs become stronger because the lore becomes stronger. And this is our segment into Haishu Pack Adept Faust. When the announcement came out that Sinclair Talisman and Adept Faust was being changed, people were upset. People are still upset. However, it quickly became apparent that the upset was actually more toward the Faust change than the Sinclair change. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people are still upset about Sinclair. But for whatever reason, the Mao branch Adept Faust Sinclair received a lot more flack. Why is that? So, let's talk about the Tianju Starblade gimmick. At 10, Tianju Starblade Mouse will activate her Ascended Skill 3. She no longer does it at 10, it is now at 20. That's it. For an ability that now is in line with similar previous Ascended abilities, it has caused more of an outrage than Sinclair getting completely changed, which, again, I'm not saying that there was not an outrage about Sinclair. There is an outrage about Sinclair. But Sinclair did not receive an entire extra notice about the compensation. What was the original compensation going to be before ProjectMoon additionally increase the compensation. A guaranteed 3-star, 300 Ego Shard crates. Additionally, the ID would be reverted back to Uptime 1, and all the EXP tickets taken would be given back to you. It was as if you've never touched a mouse. But what if you spent money on Faust? Well, that is the problem that occurs. The largest problem that occurs is that when you have something that you purchase with monetary gain, and that ID in this instance is taken and adjusted, a lot of people do not like that. A lot of people do not like that. And it's very especially apparent in the Korean and Japanese forums, right, and Chinese as well, the Asia forums specifically. Am I gonna pull up the review red bar? I do not condone the review red bar, so I will not be pulling up the review red bar. What if you spent money on Talisman Sinclair? Great question. I'm not sure. You get 1300 lunacy, a free temple. Now, when this original notice about the reward was happening, people did not feel that it was enough. Perhaps they spent $100. Perhaps they spent $60. Perhaps they spent $10. So, with Kim Jae-hoon, he decided to not only additionally allow you all to have the compensation of a 3-star and 300 tickets, but everything that was used and everything that was used on the banner will be refunded. Whether you believe that this is the correct decision or not is irrelevant, because this did not fix anything. In fact, it only fueled the flames. That was the negativity, the harassment, and the aggression that was labeled on the forums from all sides of the language. Some people said they broke their word, and you would be correct. Kim Jae-hoon himself has specifically stated that he broke his word. Some would say the compensation initially was not enough. Potentially, if you view it that way. If one user spent $10 and they received a guaranteed 3-star and 300 crates, I would consider that pretty worth. If another user spent $200 and received Faust, and instead they received 1 ticket back and 6 Ego Shard crates, I would not consider that worth. It is an impossible scenario to which no party wins, and no scenario in which ProjectMoon wins anything. This is called a lose-lose scenario. No matter what they did, even if you believe it to be the correct decision, which I am going to make my opinion stated that the changes made to Sinclair and Faust were needed. Now, Faust, you can argue otherwise. However, it was very clear from the get-go that Faust was unintentionally using her Awakening Skill 3 more than she should have been. Now, what I don't agree with, right, is everyone stating that the Rupture keyword is now dead. Because factually it is entirely incorrect. Not only is it factually incorrect, it is also statistically incorrect. But that's another discussion. We're going to save that discussion on the side. The first current predicament is, how is this done morally? Well, it doesn't really feel good to purchase something and have it removed or taken away or adjusted in any means necessary. That is the how life. Limbus Company is a gacha game. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the follows, guys. Limbus Company is a gacha game. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this. Okay? What does ProjectMoon being a gacha game give them the right to do? Well, really, it doesn't change anything for the ProjectMoon team. Nerfing and buffing in gacha games are a very sensitive topic because it's a lose-lose. No one wins. You don't win, I don't win. ProjectMoon doesn't win. Should I understand that what they have done is for the betterment of us? I completely believe so. In my opinion, which I know is irrelevant, but let me have a chance to speak. The reduction of Talisman Sinclair's easy accessible Rupture has made the Rupture keyword, has fixed the Rupture keyword, not killed the Rupture keyword. Now, that's a different topic. We won't get into that. What does this mean going forward? Because let us use the previous incident. The last child to receive this attention. Ring Yisang. For those of you who are unaware as to who I'm talking about, or for whatever reason were not around when the ring pointerless student Yisang dropped, he is mentioned in the patch note that Kim Ji-hoon is speaking about, because this is the first instance of an ID that was overly tuned, much to Kim Ji-hoon's dismay. Originally, he was going to nerf the ID and adjust it back to his original vision. However, the backlash that was created when he informed his opinion of wanting to adjust the ID was severe. So, the ProjectMoon team decided to only fix a few errors in his kit, otherwise leaving out his majority issue, which was the skill 2. Ring Sang then became the most powerful and is arguably still one of the most powerful IDs in the game, and fundamentally changed the power system of Limbus Company going forward. It was then with Ring Sang released that Kim Ji-hoon stated, "I will no longer alter any ID that has been released, values, or descriptions." This is the second Ring Sang. Arguably, if you believe it to be the right thing or not, it is done. Ring Sang has came from the grave and affected the modern day of Limbus Company. Why is this such a violent take? It's because money is involved. If money was not involved, then I feel the issues that are presented would they would not hold as much meaning as they do. When you release a teaser, when you release a review kit, you are expected to have play tested the character. Now, I'm not saying that ProjectMoon do not play test their characters. They exclaimed that the reason that Faust was the way she was is because of the concurrent release of Kanto 8. ProjectMoon has a very decent track record of releasing IDs with pretty good popular playtest. Like, they don't really have problematic issues. Now, what is going to happen going forward? Because, well, there's a few issues that have been presented, and a few issues that are talking about. Let me open up the... Can I trust ProjectMoon going forward? Well, the answer is yes. That's obvious. Of course you can trust ProjectMoon. The second answer is, should I be expected, right? Should I be expected to understand that for the sake of immersion, things possibly down the line, including years, may eventually be adjusted? Yes, but no. According to ProjectMoon, Kim Ji-hoon states, the reason, the way, and everything has been done, as here, right, is for the sake of immersion. Let me find the exact words here. This decision was made with the belief that proper game balancing increases the player's immersion, which leads to the immersion with the game story itself. Do I believe that to be true? 100%. Do I think ProjectMoon is a scum company who backstabs their managers with wanting to change an ID that's been out for a year and a half or 2 years, and an ID that has existed for 6 days, with a very minor adjustment, may I say? Like, it's not even that big of a deal. It's an incredibly minor adjustment. No, obviously, I fully believe in ProjectMoon's ability. They are doing this for us, okay? But, Mr. Ever, why can't they just, I don't know, go to my Rupture team? Why don't they just buff 7 Association Heathcliff instead? As said before, they can't just go back and adjust every ID. First of all, there are too many IDs to adjust in the game. Second, that's not how their policy works. You know this. Do I believe that you should have been compensated for having the Ryoshu, the Faust banner? I'm not gonna say yes or no because I got it in 30 pulls. So personally, for me, if I got it compensated or not, it doesn't matter for me. I got it in 30 pulls. You know what I didn't get in 30 pulls, chat? See Rodion and Gregor. I know it says 20 here, but it actually was 220 because I had to use Ideality. I took 220 pulls to get Gregor and Rodion, and I am absolutely satisfied with Gregor and Rodion. I have no problems. I like both Gregor and Rodion. I think they're cool, and I think Rodion is incredibly strong. Logically speaking, okay, I'm going to explain to you how this nerf changes Faust. Okay? Instead of activating her turn 3, her Ascendant 2 every turn, she now activates her Ascendant skill 2 every second turn. Or at least once per turn instead of 2 times a turn. The problem is that IDs were built around Talisman Sinclair. Yes and no. Yes, you are correct. Certain IDs were built around the gimmick of Talisman Sinclair. However, Rupture, as recent as Deviat Rodion, yes, Deviat Rodion, I'm going to use as an existence, have been forging their own path without the intent of Talisman Sinclair. Do they have gimmicks because of Talisman Sinclair? Yes. But they are not reliant on Talisman Sinclair. Thank you guys for the follow, I appreciate it. Do I believe that Talisman Sinclair change was for the better of ProjectMoon and Limbus Company? Yes. How will they move on forward? I don't know. we are still at the beginning of the season. We have many, many Rupture IDs coming out, guys. Okay? If you compare to how many season identities were in Kano 7, there was like 7 or 8 season IDs. We are still in the beginning. We have only gone through 2 banners. We don't even have the new Honolulu bad ending ID yet. Is that an excuse, however, to say that the prior ones do not work? No. It's hard, guys. It's a really hard predicament to be in. On one hand, previous identities that existed, for instance, using these as reference on my team, 7 Association, could have really relied heavily on Talisman Sinclair. On the new hand, things like LCE Lantern Yisang, which, by the way, I want to argue as one of the best Rupture units in the game that are hyper slept on, has an insane amount of Rupture potency and count infliction. Meanwhile, 7 Otis is 7 feet under. Yes, but as you can see, she also had a lot of gluttony skills, so possibly that she had an ability to, you know, combine with Talisman Sinclair. But how bad is the Talisman Sinclair rework? Is it really as bad as people have? Why don't we actually look down and actually read it properly together? So the adjustment, we're gonna take a copy paste here. Okay, we're gonna copy and paste both of these because it's not honestly as bad as it actually is. Here's the support passive. Okay? And then here is Talisman. Put that here. Fuck off. And we'll put this here to read. Okay, so what the hell happened to Talisman Sinclair? Previously, excuse me. He now inflicts +1 more Rupture potency with attacks and skills. This is more in line with how a support passive would be written out in the modern day Limbus. New announcement? Chat, we have a new ProjectMoon announcement. Oh, Jesus. Wait, is it even translated? Chat, there has been an additional announcement made. It is not translated. We are going to read it right now. Hold on. Now, take anything not translated as a grain of salt. Okay, because this is not translated. We'll have to use some sort of translation machine. But do not take anything with here as evidence. Okay? Everything we might be discussing can be entirely changed. Here is the effect. The title of this, using Google Translate, is Notice of Withdrawal of the Performance Adjustments for Blackwater Cat Faust. Okay. Withdrawal of Adjustment. Okay. It appears to me, chat, that this entire discussion might have just been rolled back. Let's have a read, shall we? Hello, I am ProjectMoon CEO and Director Kim Ji-hoon. I will withdraw the nerf to Blackwater Tomb Faust. Okay, that's supposed to say Mao Faust. I apologize for repeating the same mistakes as when I was a little finger. Okay, interesting words, sir. Even if it was necessary to adjust the performance of the already released personality, okay, it's supposed to be ID, if it was going to be adjusted so quickly, I think it would have been consistent and convincing if the game's various elements, including ego gifts, have been balanced relatively frequently. Okay? However, the balance adjustment for the other content such as Mirror Dungeon and ego gifts was slow and irregular. I think that nerfing the performance of an ID that was just released was an attitude that would have seemed to annoy players. As I said before, if I could not stop my incompetence before the release, I am reflecting on it and thinking that would be the way to gain the trust of players as a developer, to accept it after the release and adjust it indirectly rather than adjusting the ID itself. I feel very ashamed and sorry for going back on what I said in the notices several times. I am truly sorry, but since Lobotomy Corp Ego Sinclair was the first... Hong-Jacques Sinclair, this is Red Sheets, was the only one who influenced the performance and direction of the upcoming burst personality and ego. I would appreciate it if you could understand that I will adjust the performance of that ID. I am sorry for going back on what I promised when I was on the ring finger. Okay. I forgot why I decided to not touch the ID that was already released at the time, and I am sorry for breaking the trust of players and disappointing them with the same mistakes. I think my judgment was clouded foolishly. I am sorry. I will not directly nerf the release personality unless it is a bug. And even if it is a situation where it is absolutely impossible to do so without a nerf due to its really fatal mistake, I will not adjust it right away. I will listen to the players' opinions in advance through our user surveys and broadcasts and proceed without abruptly. The nerf to Faust and the subsequent series of compensation and extraction rewards will be cancelled, along with the nerf withdrawal. In the case of Lobotomy Ego Retsi Sinclair, since the adjustment will be maintained, we would appreciate your understanding as the training reset and training resources will be carried out. As compensation for the series of issues and Sinclair adjustments, we'd like to give you 1300 Madness, 1300 Lunacy, and a 1-star ID extraction ticket. We will post an official announcement as soon as it is organized. And nothing happened. And nothing happened on May 26, 10:43 p.m. Let me get this. Hold on. And nothing happened. So, to translate what is going on, let us talk about what has happened as of current update on the Sinclair and Faust changes. Number 1, Red Sheet Sinclair is still being nerfed and changed. The compensation will be 1300 Lunacy, reversion of thread levels, and 1 guaranteed 3-star ticket extraction ticket. Adept Faust will not change. There will be no compensation rewards. Nothing happened. So here is the update. Could this have all been avoided if ProjectMoon decided to not touch Faust? Yes, actually, probably. Is Sinclair still deserving of what is happening to him? Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh, fucking absolutely. Oh, fucking absolutely, he deserves what's coming to him. So, if you were sleeping during this time, you're gonna wake up so confused as to what's going on. Also, thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate it. It was at this moment that he realized Kim Ji-hoon's actions did not matter. He was sundered, for nothing he did would change the outcome. Kim Ji-hoon is Hong-lu, and we are Hong-won. We are Hong-won. We are the ones that change. Kim Ji-hoon cannot make a difference. No matter his action. No matter his difference. No matter what he wants to do. It is all pointless. He is surrendered. The sundered witnessing. What does Limbus Company need? Understand this, okay? That no one wins from this scenario. The players do not win. ProjectMoon does not win. Well, actually, we win in the long run, to be honest with you. We always win in the long run. ProjectMoon does not win from this. We win in the long run. This is another nail in the many nails that have been planted. And unfortunately for ProjectMoon, they only need the tiniest fuse for everyone to explode. We win because Talisman Sinclair is dead. Let's make a meme chat. I think that sounds fun. That sounds fun. So, for any of you who was up to date, any of you who's just joined, let me tell you guys what happened. Elemental, thank you for the 1 month membership. Malfaust was a Trojan horse for the Talisman Sinclair. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for that. So, guys, for any of you who have just joined, and you don't know what's going on, let me explain. Red Sheet Sinclair is being nerfed and changed. You will be receiving 1300 competency lunacy, and reversion of all threat and levels, equally 1 guaranteed 3-star ticket. And nothing happened to Adept Faust, and if you heard anything that happened to Adept Faust, you are lying. Nothing ever happened to Adept Faust. Nothing has ever happened to Adept Faust. Sinclair changes. So, let's have a read and actually read through what the Sinclair changes are. We were supposed to do that before we got hit with the sudden notice. So we're gonna read what the changes happened to Sinclair. Support passive. Before, at the start of the combat phase, give highest resin times 2 talisman to the ally with the most HP. What this means is you inflicted additional rupture per talisman. Now, the most ally with the current HP inflicts +1 rupture proficiency and attack with attack and counter skills. What did it do? Well, this is more in line with a modern day support passive than it is with an older day support passive. Well, both. This is one of the rare +1 ruptures. We don't have a lot of these +1 ruptures. The reason we didn't have a lot of these +1 rupture inflicts was because of Talisman Sinclair. Talisman before. On hit, inflict rupture by the count. When hit, gain rupture by the count. Simple. Turn end at 6, remove all your talisman and take fixed damage by its count. So, the new passive. On hit, consume a rupture count on the target to inflict stack divided by 2 rupture. Inflicts 1 rupture, at least 1 rupture if 1 count was consumed rounded down. When hit, gain stack divided by rupture and lose 1 stack. At least gain stack. So, Rupture and Talisman is no longer something that you can give to an ally. And the Talisman Sinclair passive himself, now essentially, well, the red sheet ID himself, essentially inflicts, it still inflicts Rupture potency, but it reduces the count. Did Faust get nerfed? Nothing happened to Faust. Adept Faust will not change. There will be no compensation rewards. Nothing happened. How does this affect the red sheet Sinclair meta? Yes, this is similar to W Corp Merceau, which is honestly very nice. Like, W Corp Merceau is a very nice, the +1 is very nice. So, how does this affect it? Well, it's really hard. Okay, it's really hard. Okay, they have turned... Okay, let me explain to you what Rupture does now.
Why did you save him? No, let me ask you a different question. Why did you save her, and only her? Kim G value.
Okay, thank you for the 5, I appreciate it. Why did you save only her? Jim value. Okay, thank you for that, it's really funny. Okay, that's really funny. That's really, really funny. Okay, so guys, let me tell you what Talisman is now, okay? Talisman benefits yourself. Okay. Let me tell you what Talisman does now, guys. Talisman is more of a bonus. Talisman now works if the enemy has the Talisman, not you. Okay? If you have the Talisman, it's worse. If they have the Talisman, it's better. It's the only thing that changes this. It's so... The only thing that changes is the name. Why did you save her? Why did you save her, Kim? Kim Jiayu. Kim Jiabayu. So, TLDR, right? Let me write that. TLDR, Talisman is better if enemy has it. That's the TLDR. If the enemy has Talisman, they gain stack divided by 2 Rupture and lose 1 stack. That's amazing. If the enemy has Talisman, that's great. Unfortunately, that's the hard part. New announcement. Just joined. Did they nerf Faust? Adept Faust will not change. There will be no compensation rewards. Nothing happened. Doesn't this just eat Rupture count? No. Okay. Well, okay, yes. If you have Talisman, which is only on Red Sheet Sinclair, he eats 1 extra count to inflict Rupture. If the enemy has Talisman, it reduces the stack of Talisman by 1. This is not reducing counter. This is not counter. This is stack. So they posted another announcement? Wait, you're kidding me, right? Another announcement? I didn't see anything. Is there another announcement? How many more announcements left? Are there any more announcements? No, this is this. Wait. Is this another announcement? Or is this the same announcement? This is the same announcement. This is the one we talked about. Yeah, we already talked about this announcement. Guys, we already talked about this announcement. This is this one. We already talked about this. We have it Google translated. Yeah, thank you for the follows, guys. We already have, look, we have the, I'll reread it, guys, in case you guys didn't know. Kim announced he is Kim. Get baited. A 5th announcement is at the ProjectMoon fanbase. Oh, God. Is this just a translation? Well, this is the Korean text. Should I be angry? I think you should be confused. You should just go to sleep. It's been translated to English. Did it just happen? Or is it like an unofficial translation? Because I don't see it here. Unless it's like, unless on the page I like refresh it and it automatically. No, okay. Oh my god, guys. I ask again. Hello, what's up? Alright, everyone, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what is going on, let me inform you of what is going on. Talisman Sinclair, Red Sheet Sinclair is being changed. The compensation will be 1300 lunacy, reversion of threat and levels, and 1 guaranteed 3-star extraction ticket. Well, the thing about it is Talisman can no longer be applied to allies. There is no application now on allies. The only person who has Talisman is Red Sheet Sinclair. There is no... Hello. Talisman. What is the actual nerf? Here is the nerf to Sinclair. The support passive is being changed. Instead of giving Talisman to allies, it now applies +1 more Rupture with potency in attacks and counter skills. What happened to Gia? What happened to Adept Faust? Nothing happened. The effect of Talisman is changing. If you have Talisman, you will consume additional Rupture count to inflict stacks of Rupture. If the enemy has Talisman, they will lose 1 stack of Talisman and gain massive amounts of potency. Should just change it to Sinclair nerfs. Yeah, but that's less clickbaity, so I gotta keep that. So guys, let me explain to you. This is okay. The Talisman change is worse on allies, better on enemies. Okay, worse on allies. Well, I wouldn't even say worse, because if you have the counter to fix it. Yo, thank you, Moses. Thank you for joining. Welcome. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. No, guys, this is better on the enemy now. This is better on the enemy now. Because now you gain Rupture potency. That's what people want, right? People want Rupture potency. So if you have 6 Talismans on... How much Talisman do you need on Red Sheet Sinclair? Natty. So if we look at the original Sinclair, right? How much did you... What? Let me look at this. Let me look at the original Sinclair. Let me look at the original. Because you can only transfer what? You can transfer 5 Talismans to people, okay? And then he inflicts... so he gains and I think he only gives it on skill 3, right? He only gives it on skill 3. Okay. On hit, inflict Rupture by the count. When hit, gain Rupture by the count. Okay, so when you got hit... Okay... When you had Talisman, you gained 5 count, 5 potency. Okay? Oh, you gained 5 Rupture flat on hit. Ooh. Yeah, okay, it might be, you know, it might be, ooh. I'm just gonna ignore that because that contradicts my opinion and that's incorrect, so we can't have that. Okay, so, it's being changed. Okay, so it's being changed. So, ooh, ooh, that was a lot better than I thought it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ooh, okay. But let me talk on the real. Okay, guys, real thoughts, real thing. Let me tell you why nothing matters. Why it does not matter. Okay, let me tell you why it doesn't matter. I have been running Deviat Sinclair on a bench for months to years. Ever since Deviat Sinclair came out, I have been running Deviat Sinclair. I have not used Talisman. And I can promise you, that you can play the Rupture keyword without Talisman Sinclair. It works. It works. You can do it. It's possible. With just the Mao IDs alone, it's possible. English translation is here? Oh, guys, English translation. All right. Hold on. More importantly. Hold on. Oh, I see it's been posted on the, Okay, let me have a look at this here. Okay, we're gonna read the English translation. I mean, we already kind of know what it is. Because we translated ourselves because we're awesome. But just in case, we're gonna have a look at here. We're also gonna delete this. I'm gonna post the translations here. Okay. Where are they? Here they are. That's not all of them, chat. There's more. Hold on. Sorry about that. That's me. Don't worry about it. It's not you. Okay. Here is the translations. Let's read these translations. Jesus, this is a lot of words. Okay, I know. Hello, this is Director Kim Ji-hoon of ProjectMoon. Oh, hello, sir. How are you? We will be reverting the Mao Faust nerfs. I apologize for repeating the same mistake as during the Ring Yi-sang incident. Even if changing the strength of the released ID was required, if it was going to be this early, I think it would have only been acceptable if it was through frequent updates and balancing various aspects of the game, including ego gifts. However, I feel that nerfing a recent ID, despite the irregular and slow balancing in content such as Mirror Dungeon and ego gifts, could have been seen as despicable by players. As mentioned before, if I am not only able to stop my incompetence before release, I believe that the way as a developer is to gain the player's trust is to accept it after release and tweak things through ways of other than changing the ID directly himself. I feel incredibly sorry to the players and embarrassed at myself for changing what I have said through the announcements multiple times. I am very sorry, but since Talisman Sinclair has been deciding the direction and power of Rupture IDs and egos to be released, I request that you understand that we are changing the performance of this ID. I apologize for not staying true to what I said during the Ring Yi-sang incident. I apologize for forgetting why we decided to not touch the release ID and break the trust and disappointing players with the same mistake. Oh buddy, you don't even know. I believe my decisions were clouded by stupidity. I am sorry. We will no longer directly nerf released IDs if they are not bugged, and even in situations where the mistake was so critical that we cannot avoid a nerf, we will not change it immediately and progress through the users' votes and broadcasts to listen to players' opinions first. The refunds will for Mao Faust nerf be cancelled along with the nerf. Since the change is still happening for Talisman Sinclair, please understand that we will still reset the level and refund the upgrade materials. As an apology for the issue and the change to Sinclair, we will be sending 1300 lunacy and 1 guaranteed 3-star de-extraction ticket. I will aim to post a proper notice after things have been organized. I am sorry. But is sorry going to be enough for the players? Well, I guess we'll see in due time. Do we still keep the Adept Faust? Adept Faust is no longer changed. It's literally the nothing happened to me. Yeah, pretty much. So, Yeah. It is a good apology. Some might say it's a good apology. Some might not agree with it. But Millie, that's bait. They didn't stick with the Faust nerfs. So, what do we learn through all of this? First of all, nothing happened. Second, red sheets is still being changed. Oh, what a day it is to be a ProjectMoon fan, chat. It is definitely a surrendered witnessing. Awful apology. I think it is a difficult scenario. This shouldn't have happened. I mean, probably not. I feel like if Kim Jae-hoon remembered how badly the ring sang incident went, he probably would have considered twice about touching Faust. I feel like if it was just Sinclair, people would not have been as upset. And this tends to be a problem that continues. Especially because this is in the middle of the Kanto. By the way, Kanto Part 3 comes out in like 3 days, chat. Yeah, really bad time for this to happen. What a Kanto, huh, guys? What do you mean it's only Part 2? They need a balanced team. Imagine the Honglu ID, yeah. So... Like I said before, Kano 8 boss in 2 turns. Yeah, Kano 8 boss in 2 turns should not really be possible with current IDs. But it is what it is. So I feel like the people are more upset with the Talisman nerf itself than the actual support passive. Which, yeah, okay, fair enough. I didn't realize that the Talisman was getting changed. I mean, this, like, so Talisman can no longer be given to allies, guys. Talisman can no longer be given to allies. Is Deviate Claire finally viable? Absolutely. So, you can't give so Talisman is only something that Red Sheet Sinclair has now. Dante, nothing happened. There was no war in Bastard Say. Zilu was perfectly fine. As I said, guys, the support passive being changed was required. Okay, this had to happen for Rupture to actually be fleshed out. Okay? For Rupture to be fleshed out, for Rupture to actually be able to grow, the support passive had to be removed. You can argue that the Talisman change, however, was unnecessary, because the fact that only Red Sheet Sinclair had the passive, so Red Sheet Sinclair is the only one that has Talisman. So you could argue that the Talisman change probably didn't need to happen, because you'd have to use Red Sheet Sinclair, and people didn't use Red Sheet Sinclair, so, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you. But what about the old Rupture IDs defined by red? Thank you for the support. So yeah, the problem happens now is what is going on now so what is happening now with the IDs that were balanced around English announcement? Oh, here we go, chat. New announcement. Is this the official? Okay. Alright, guys, now we're on the official one. Alright, guys, here's the The official one. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same as the translation. This is the translation. This is the translation. Yeah, so the problem is, right, it was specifically stated in the balance pack here.
First happens to Sinner #1, then
Then it has to.
Opt on next.
Thank you for the support, I appreciate it. Yep, so, Don Kohode is next, guys. A third announcement has hit the stream. So, guys, it is stated here from Kim Jae-hoon, right, specifically, here. In the process of testing and prioritizing the combat encounters and cutscenes of Kanto 8, I, as the director, made the request for several urgent additions in the teams in terms of story and gameplay. Due to this, our combat design team was preoccupied with adding and testing new additions, which means that they physically do not have enough time to sufficiently test the ID. That is in relation to Faust. Now, wait, hold on. Don't tell me there's another announcement. Oh my god, there's another announcement. No way. Another announcement. There's another announcement about Red Sheet Sinclair. You're kidding me. There's another announcement. How many more announcements are there going to be? Hello, this is Kim Ji-hoon, director at ProjectMoon. I would like to inform you of the upcoming adjustments to the Red Sheet Sinclair passive and Talisman effects. The identity theme for this season was intended to focus on the Rupture keyword, and have been recently based on the idea. However, due to several balancing issues that are closely tied to the overtuned abilities of the Lobotomy Ego Red Sheet Sinclair passive and Talisman buff, we have reached the decision that adjustments must be made. We sincerely wish to avoid making any adjustments to the identity. Is this just a re-release of what they said already? This is the same thing. Wait. This is the same thing. Is this the same thing? Is this the same thing? Okay. It's just... Okay, it's the exact same thing. Yeah, it's just a re... I guess it's... oh, it's re-released because of the Faust thing. Yeah, there's no Faust, guys. Nothing ever happened in Ba Sing Se chat. Nothing happened at Ba Sing Se. This has been the craziest 4 hours, guys. I just want you to know that. How many announcements will there be? Nothing happened, chat. Nothing happened with Faust. Max at 6 plus stacks. That is funny. Why are we talking about Faust? This was for Sinclair. Nothing ever happened about Faust. Guys, why were we talking about Faust? Nothing ever happened about Faust. Nothing ever happened about Faust. Why is everyone mentioning Faust? Guys, can we start spamming Faust emojis? I don't think we... Nothing... She's very mouse. Faust nerfs? There's never been Faust nerfs. The Faust nerfs never happened. Who is blank? Who is Faust? The Faust paradox. People actually put emergency pull. Guys, I would never recommend emergency pulling for these things. As you can see, the situation changes within the last 4 hours. What nerf? Top 5 Fausts. So, yeah, Red Sheet Sinclair. Anyway, guys, this stream is about Red Sheet Sinclair and nothing else. Nothing ever happened. They should have probably kept the Faust one. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, they probably should have just doubled down on it. But I do understand why they do this. Change the stream title. Can I add, like, strike-throughs? That would be really funny. Collect my talismans. Learned my lesson. This has been a roller coaster. Guys, it is, they should have hooked ring sang while alright. Dude, they should have just put a random ring sang change in here, guys. Imagine that, dude. Another announcement. There's no more announcement. Yeah, guys. What does Rupture need, Kim Ji-hoon? Tell me, Kim Ji-hoon. What does Rupture need? What does Rupture need? I do agree, guys, about this. Having an Ungum Bunga OP ID is less damaging to the game than having an ID that completely prevents the keyword from even being made. That is a true fact at the end of the day. If I had to pick between the two of them, Rupture needs death right. How many pages? 8 pages. Rupture is dead again. Guys, okay. Let me explain that Rupture is not dead. Okay, let me explain that. With Talisman Sinclair gone, okay, that Rupture is not dead. Now, are older IDs affected by this? Yes. Does that mean they are entirely useless? No. As I said, guys, I've been playing Limbus Company for ever since season 3. And I've never used Talisman Sinclair to proc my Rupture without it, like, being, like, unless, like a bit. Okay? Rupture is capable. Let me explain to you, right? Let me show you why. Okay? First of all, Deviate Rodion still exists, okay? Deviate Rodion still exists. She's still the best Rupture count inflictor in the game.
My PS6 Rupture IDs.
They're gone. They're gone. Okay, thank you for the support. All right, let's have a look, shall we? How about we actually have a look at the pre-season 6 Rupture IDs, shall we? Let's actually have a look here. Let me. Do I have an open slot I could use? I'll use the mirror dungeon. Hold on, I'll use the mirror dungeon one. Hold on. Let's actually have a look at the pre-season 6 and see how badly they are really gonna actually. Oh, that's not blue. They're over here now. Okay, so like what? Okay, let's go through pre-season 6. Pre-season 6. So obviously, I think the 7s. You gotta put the 7s up here. You gotta put W Sang. Anton. You don't do chart. You do Rupture, don't you? Sure. The assistant manager. W Corp. Or Dead Man Rabbit. We could really do either. We'll do Dead Man Rabbit. Dead Man Rabbit. Wait, no, that's pre-season 6. Hold on, that's season... Actually, that's season, Yeah, we'll count Dead Man Rabbit. Season 4. Yeah, he's fine. Rose Banner Gregor? Yup, get Rose Banner. Get my boy Rose Banner Gregor up in here. Honkshnu. K-Corp. Fishmail. We'll just put in, LCCB. Rodion. A fucking... Do you even have a Rupture ID before this? Oh. Mao Ryoshi. Skincare, you have, a fucking, Red Sheets. And Otis, 7. Okay, so here are the pre... I'm pretty sure I'm not missing anything. So here's the... Completely skip 7 ratio. Well, I feel like LCCB inflicts more rupture than over Honglu. LCB does nothing. 7 ratio, guys. But this is but LCCB is a better rupture unit than 7. FPS Sinclair is also free season 6. Sure. Well, then that means Rodion is also there. 7 Ryoshu support passive? Doesn't that just... Sorry, wrong one. Is that just the plus rupture? Ah, that's just the plus rupture. Okay, I mean, yeah, if you want to do that, sure. If you want to have her on the bench, sure, we can bench her. So, here we go. Here is our team. This is before the Maos, okay? Because when the Maos, when the high shoes came out, they changed the game, okay? Also, well, I mean, you know, we also technically have, Synchro Assault, you know. And, yeah. So we'll go with this. Priest Gregor is the rise of Rupture. 7 Autism. Let me tell you, okay, the team that I ran of Rupture. I ran Heathcliff, Mouse, Deviat, Sink Salt, and then Don Quixote. That's a decent ass Rupture team right there. Okay, I cleared with this team. I cleared perfectly fine with this team. Now, what were the additions that we got? We got Malfow, Ryoshu. We got Mal Otis. Okay. We got C. Gregor, C. Rodion, which I won't sub in. And then we got Adept Faust. Now, let me tell you that with this team, Rupture is fucking definitely not dead. Okay? Rupture, Haishu Pack, Ryoshu, and Otis can by themselves do like 16-10 count on their own. By themselves. The new ones lack Envy. But, well, no, because C Branch both have Envy. I'm talking about now with it. I'm talking like post Sinclair now. I'm just saying these are the IDs that you have access to. If I had to pick any of the, I mean, I like Fang Hong Lu personally, to be honest with you, but he does eat. He does eat it, but I personally would put Fang Hong Lu here. This is the post-Sinclair timeline. Yeah, this is the post-Sinclair timeline right here. You get rid of her for Deviat? Nah, no way, dude. Okay, guys, I've told you this. So Deviat Rodion is an extremely... Okay, Deviat Rodion is the best Rupture count inflictor. C Rodion is a poise ID with Rupture on the side. Okay, she is a poise ID with Rupture on the side. What count on her S3? Yes, her S3. Literally the best count infliction in the game. It inflicts 3 count plus 2, 5 count on skill on the second hit. That's goated as hell. 5 count is nutty. But she doesn't die if the count... Guys, she doesn't die in like 12 turns. It takes her like over 12 turns for Deviat Rodion. I've been defending Deviat Rodion since day 1. She doesn't explode after 8 turns, guys. It's more like 12 plus turns. And she still inflicts the best Rupture, even when she's exploding. Sinclair, on the other hand, well, okay, Sinclair, he's got a bit of a funky conditional. He's a bit weird. But I like Sinclair because he still also inflicts a whole bunch of stuff. What coin is the reuse? I think it's the 3rd coin. Sink Salt's still great. Sink Salt is still amazing. AEDD is good. AEDD is amazing now on Gregor, by the way. Dude, get AEDD, Gregor. Dude, Spark Discharge, guys. Dude, this is what you're gonna want now. So I also think this is because he's getting a new ID. Well, he's getting a new ego. So he probably will have an ID. But guys, okay. So you're all saying, oh, but the count's negative, the count's negative. But guys, there's more than one ID in the game. We can do 7 characters now. Okay? 7 characters. I'm telling you that Mao Ryoshu and Mao Otis can carry the status on their own. I'm not even including Faust in that. These two by themselves will maintain the count and potency by themselves. I don't even need to include anyone else in the team. Everyone else in the team is a bonus. These two are insane on their own. Not even including Faust, who's even better. Not even including the new Gregor and Rodion. Not even including Sync Soul or even anyone else. It's actually orchestrated by Deviat Sinclair. So, pre the Haishu pack, okay. If Talisman Sinclair was okay, guys, here I'm gonna agree with you, right? We're gonna do an agree and disagree. If Talisman Sinclair was killed before the Haishu packs came out, I would agree with you more. Yes, I would agree that it would be much harder, but still not impossible. With the Haishu packs, post Haishus, oh my god, they're eating good. Where is the potency? If you never run out of count, the potency will always increase. That's the thing about potency. If you never run out of count, the potency... Is there another announcement? Oh, it's separated. Okay. Okay, so they did it, guys. Guys, hold on. Another ProjectMoon post has been made. Hold on, we gotta add this to the list. Add it to the list, guys. Add it to the list. Hold on, we gonna add this to the list. Here you go. This is the cancellation post. Cancellation post. Yeah, I know it's the old one, but this makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts, guys. I know it's a repost, but this makes 6 posts. The 7th tweet. Did I check the recent reviews? Do you guys want to check the recent reviews? Let's have a look at the recent reviews, okay? Because I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be happy about it. Let's have a look at the recent reviews, shall we? Limbus Company. Where's the show graphs? Oh my god! Oh! Oh! We haven't had a graph like this since July 2023. Oh my god. Ooh. Yeah, that's yikes. Leave a positive reviews, guys. We need to leave positive. Hold on, why don't we look at the negative reviews, shall we? Let's actually review why don't we review the reviews and see if they're legit? Okay? Let's review the reviews and see if they're legit, or if they're just bullshit. We're only going to review the May 26 reviews, okay? Let's review this. I like this game, I really do. I love all the PM works. I will even say that the Mao Faust nerf is warranted, but the Talisman Sinclair nerf is a complete and utter miss. It's true that he's extremely strong, but he's been around for 4 whole seasons, and accordingly large number of Rupture IDs have been designed around his existence. Without his passive that made him so strong, it practically invalidates every Rupture ID before the Maos, who all go count neutral or positive on their own. If this isn't reverted, at the very least this would warrant a refund or rework of a lot of IDs. It doesn't make any sense to promise to not change any ID after release post-Ring Sang, and then pull the figurative rub that Talisman Sinclair, collapsing the entire Rupture building. I don't even want a ladder solution. I want refunds for it. I want refunds. I won't have Rupture legs be broken and then be sold for another remedy. Okay, so here is a very intelligent... This is a very intelligently worded review. Okay? They are... they are... What do you call it? They are stating what they don't like. They are stating what they do like, and they are stating that there is a problem around it. So, intelligent review, valid review. Okay, valid review. Whatever you think, if you agree with it or disagree, doesn't matter. May 26. I like the game overall and have no strong opinions about the recent nerfs. However, I am very disappointed about how the compensation was handled. It is very unprofessional to announce the initial compensation and then walk back on it, misleading the players. Please consider refunding those who pulled before the second compensation announcement too. Okay. I think they have an argument here. I do believe that it is, you know, unprofessional to double back on it. Okay, because there are people who pulled to try and get the compensation. Now, guys, you shouldn't pull to do the compensation shit anyway, okay? Compensation was... Okay, yeah. Whether you agree with compensation or not at the first place, right? That's a different story. But a nicely written review. I have no arguments against it. I have no arguments for it. So far, 2 for 2, guys. So far, 2 for 2. Please grow a fucking spine and stick to the nerfs that were made for the health of the game. Aggressive. But is it incorrect? I mean. Personally, for me, I would have stuck with it. I would have stuck my legs. I would have stuck my legs in the ground. I would have stuck my legs in the ground, even if I would have got flamed for it. Would I consider this to be a bit brash and worded a little bit more aggressive than I like? It needs to be constructive. I think the point is correct. It needs to be constructive. Blank you, Kim Jae-hoon, you got my hopes up for the 15k lunacy refund I was supposed to be getting. I don't understand this comment. Oh wait, 18th of May. Okay, this is 18th of May. I don't know what this is about. Okay, weird. I don't know what this one's about, but whatever. You see, little Bayou. The Rupture is too greedy. They fell right for my trap of being overpowered and being balanced around 15-3. Oh my god. Okay, this is funny. That's a funny review. Also, this is on the 18th of May. This was like 10 days ago, not even. Little Bayou. That's funny. Ooh, we have a fat... Oh, Jesus Christ. We have a fat one here. I'm just going to say this in advance. The game is very good. Good story, good character development, and nice gameplay that some might really enjoy. But I'm here for the Faust and Sinclair nerf and their compensation situation. Anything beyond this is a day one player talking about the situation, so don't read further if you don't know what the game is. First of all, nerfing Faust is not actual problem in my eyes, as I was expecting some sort of terms will pass and then nuke counter type skill. My problem with this is that first, they said that they will give extraction tickets and shard boxes, which are good, used to get characters, still not a good compensation as people pay money for the character, for people who have pulled Faust before the next week update, which is in 3 days from now. And then an hour later, they actually do what they were supposed to do, which is refund the currency that was spent on the character banner. Except saying that people who pulled for Faust an hour before the announcement don't count. This is a predatory way of saying, oh, if you just wanted to pull the ticket and 300 boxes for it, bad for you, because you are not getting anything, even though we were the ones who said you can get it if you pull Faust before the next patch. This is such a bad way of showing respect to the players who play their game. Spend money, pull characters, and or plan what they are going to do for the future banners. And yes, I'm also one of those people who immediately pulled for Faust for my future plannings, as it would save me some pulls to dispense characters compared to pulling blah 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 blah. If I knew that I would not get anything after pulling her, I would continue saving my pulls for the upcoming collab banner, or at least will focus. I'm just going to say, guys, you shouldn't have been doing that anyway, but fair enough. Second, let's talk about the Talisman Sinclair nerf. I get that he was getting in the way of future character kits, as his Talisman effect was too good of a potency player. But if you do that and don't buff any older Rupture ID units, for example, Syncmus... Huh? Devia, right? Huh? Wait. I'm sorry? Fix my... Hold on, I gotta wipe my eyes. What? Sigma Assault? Devia Rodion? Okay, Banghan Honglu, okay. Characters that don't apply Rupture beyond 15-3 count. That is just a way of saying, oh yeah, if you don't pull for the new units, you can't play Rupture properly anymore. Which is absolutely... Okay, can I just say this, guys? Okay, I get what they're saying. I get what they're saying with this, but... Can I just say, guys? You know the meme with... Okay, do you know the meme with, you guys know One Piece, guys? You guys know One Piece? You know the scene where Zoro takes on the pain for Luffy? Like, he feels a little bit of the pain, and it tweaks out, right? That is burn users, okay? That is 1% of burn users' pain that Rupture believes that. Kuma inflicted 1% of burn users' pain, okay, onto the Rupture player. All right, that's what I'm saying, because that's exactly how I read this, right? The burn users had to fucking battle, okay, for their life. Wait, they doxed the director? Hold on. Wait, what do you mean they doxed the director? Okay, I'm gonna continue the review. Which is absolutely disrespectful. I don't know. I didn't see anything posted about that. I have not seen anything posted. I'm gonna continue reading this, and I'll keep up to date just in case something new happens. Yeah, no, I don't know, guys. Don't quote my word. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. I haven't seen anything. Don't take my word for it. Do not take my word for it. Do not take my word for it. If I see something official, I will let you guys know. I haven't seen anything. I'm just reading chat. Let me drink water. Okay. Anyway, what was this guy saying? Potency, player count, there were no in-betweens, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If a company is actually sorry and is going to nerf a character, the compensation should be properly prepared and announced to not confuse any players. And also, some characters that were designed, while the yet nerfed characters were in mind, should be buffed in consideration for that specific overpowered character nerf. I will make this a positive comment only after either of the nerfs are revoked, or the compensation are applied for any player who pulled before the next day. Okay, well, this is already being changed, so there you go. Okay, so that was a lot of yap. They had arguments in there, but a bit of it was. Okay, let's have a read of this one. We will not be nerfing units post-release. 2 units are supposed to be nerfed post-release in the same patch. We will be nerfing these units post-release, but you can expect compensation if you get her before the nerfs come around. I pay money to get the unit, expecting to get the compensation. The unit you pull will no longer be nerfed, therefore you will no longer receive compensation. The other unit is still getting nerfed, however. I paid money thinking under the assumption that I would get the compensation if I get the unit, which I did. Screw me, I guess. I don't want to be that guy, chat, but yeah. Yes, you did screw yourself. I don't want to be that guy, but yes, you screwed yourself on that one. Guys, I understand that they say you can grab compensation for pulling on the IDs when they're getting adjusted. You should never rely on that, okay, as a guarantee. This has happened before. This is not worthy of a downvote. Now, all of this is fine. This is fine, but then it's like, oh, I paid money thinking I was going to get the compensation bonus. Bro, you didn't have the unit. You were never going to get compensated. He tried this game against it. I don't want to say it, but yeah. Do not play this game. The devs will suck you dry out of your money and then nerf whatever you paid for into the ground. Hoyo tier garbage. Okay, well that's just simply incorrect. This is just simply incorrect. This is absolutely incorrect. In fact, the whole situation going on right now is that they will not nerf anything, although they tried to nerf it and they got told not to. So, Hoyo tier, I don't think they like ProjectMoon. 100 hour, 1,000. I mean, they do have 1,000 hours. I gotta admit, but questionable review. This April. This is April. Can I get some more May reviews? How do I get some more May reviews? Hold on. Why can I not do this? How do I... Can I, like, click this? Ah, here we go. Here we go. I found it. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, here we go. Whoa, this is a some sort of review in a different language. If you quit my language filter, they'll show me all the Chinese ones. Well, I won't be able to read the Chinese ones. I didn't say this time that this is the last, right? It means we have to do your numerical game designer's job while we play your game. And of course, for sure, you just promised us you will break the promise again. Please don't think this is a refund or weakness issues. The issue is called trust. Considering that I don't know if this is properly translated, I can't really guarantee what the message is saying. However, it's pretty much saying, you know, you broke our trust, which I feel like breaking. Yeah, I feel like that's a fair result. Like saying, you know, you this bit, I don't get this bit, but you know, both, you know, the issue is called trust. Okay, fair enough. I can see that. El Director is afraid to buff old IDs, will gladly nerf an ID that has been around for... Oh, wait, I think we already read that one. No, wait, no. We didn't read this one. Did we read this one? El Director is afraid to buff old IDs, will nerf an ID that has been around for 4 seasons that has been essential for a whole team archetype. Very bad precedent to set, and I hope this nerf is reverted. Very unfriendly for players, even by gacha standards. I don't even think gacha standards even do this. Personally. I do think, guys, there is an argument to be made about trust being broken. Why is this doing this? Can I see the... I get, like, most recent? Esgu Faust. Okay, incorrect. Absolutely nerfing an old unit into the ground, making it completely useless. Nearly every unit of the archetype relied on this unit is now dead and content unusable. Okay. Can you make the early game enjoyable, please? Okay, well that's not relevant to the argument. Keep the nerf. Don't listen to the fools who only care about not having to use their brains for any content, and don't promise you won't adjust IDs going forward or this will happen again. So this is a very interesting review, because this is a thumbs down that is like, they're mad that they're mad that they didn't stick to their word in terms of like doubling down. Get better management, and then this is a bunch of Russian, I believe. Okay, this should be a blue up, yeah, pretty much. 300 boxes. Why is this a thumbs down review? I don't know. Boo, Talisman nerf, prevent now, or give me a bunch of ego crates. Okay. Good show. And why is it thumbs down? Here we go. Here's one. Here we go. This is a big review. Here we go. Nice game, but man, caving to the outrage after making a design choice based on numbers and unintended power creep, only to revert the thing on the drop of a hat. Reverting changes because of an outrage doesn't win back any goodwill. You just alienate both groups equally while gaining a net negative outcome. The change you wanted to implement is reverted, and both groups of players with any investment lose complete faith in any decisions going forward, as you've shown you'll just cave at pushback from the minuscule amount of players who engage with game discussions and social media. Yikes. Don't want to have to say that, but yeah, I feel like, yeah. Yeah, that's What do I think about Lantern Yusang? I think Lantern Yusang is hella underrated. He's one of my favorite Rupture IDs in the game. This one is, I mean, yeah. The problem, guys, and this is with life. Let me give you some life advice, chat. Okay, I'm going to give you guys, thank you for the follow. I'm going to give you guys some life advice, okay? This is for everything in life. Let me tell you from experience. If you ever do a decision, if you ever make a statement, if you ever say something that you believe is right, double fucking down. I don't care if you think people think you're wrong. Okay? Unless you are proven factually, like, unless you're doing like a statement, like you're saying something stupid like, I don't know, left-handed people are evil. That's obviously incorrect. That has no scientific basis to it, right? But if you're going to be a person, okay, there is nothing weaker than not having a spine. Okay? There is nothing. You never had me worried for a second. Left-handed people are evil. All right, my bad. If your heart hesitates, do not shoot. Correct. When I say shit about Limbus Company, okay, have you guys ever seen me double back? No, I never double back what I say. I have been saying day one, I like Deviat Rodion. Here's why I like Deviat Rodion. And you can come at me with 1,000 different reasons, and I will still sit there and with my and use logic and knowledge and statistics, in fact, to tell you why, and I will double down. Okay? And I will I almost sounded motivational. Okay? What are the changes? Sinclair's passive and Talisman effect is getting removed. If something happens to you, this is all things that a lot of politicians do. Have you noticed that, chat? I'm not being political here, but this is a lot of things politicians do, okay? Politicians will say, I'm going to do something. And then their own party will go, wait, we don't like that. And then they'll go, never mind, I take it back, I'm not doing that. Do I think Kim Jae-hoon is a spineless coward? Absolutely not. No. Okay? Kim Jae-hoon is not a spineless coward rat who deserves to be gutted in a sewer. Who the fuck would say that? Dude, it's a fucking video game. Calm the fuck down. Right? Don't... Right? Like, seriously. You know? Rupture has more count than potency. What a twist. Pretty much. Whoa, language, my bad. Take my money back. Okay, well, sure. But anyway, let's continue on with the reviews, and I'll discuss my stuff for now later. If you can nerf busted IDs, that means you can also buff bad IDs. Justice for Potential Man. Okay, why did you say Justice for Potential Man and bad ID in the same statement? Something's a bit wrong there. I think this person might be interesting. Coal. What? What does coal mean? Your promise is worthless. I won't invest any money until you just it back. Arguably. Okay, I can understand that. You promise not to amend the characters afterwards, liar. Again, an issue with trust and promise. Fair enough. I am racist and I hate this game and company. Well, at least they're honest. At least they're honest, dude. You know what, guys? At least they're honest. At least they're honest about it. Okay? If you're gonna be an asshole, at least be an asshole. At least double down on being an asshole, okay? If you're gonna say, I am racist and I hate this game and company, at least just say it. Just say it, you know, at least it's honest, okay? At least it's honest. So real. I have nothing but my talisman, and I want nothing more. It has been, it is, still is, faithful to me. Why should I begrudge it, since during the hours when my soul crushed the depths of my mirror dungeon grind, it was seated there beside me. Oh, talisman, I have ended, you see, by respecting you, because I was certain you would never leave me. Ah, I realize it. Your beauty lies in the force of your being. You are like those who never left the sad fireside corner of my poor black heart. Oh my Talisman, you are better than a well-beloved.
Nerf should be like Talisman applies Rupture by the count /3, rounded down. Still very nerf, but not dead varied, and rotting equals much less outrage.
Yo, thank you for the support, bro. Yes, I do think if they decided to just make it a flat, like, division, it would definitely be a lot better. People would not be as upset. Oh my Talisman, you are better than the well-beloved, because I know that one day on my final boss cheese, you will be there, lying in my sheets. Oh Talisman, so that you may once again attempt to enter my Rupture team. Okay, pretty good review. The fuck is this? Kim Jae-hoon, your mother is dead, question mark? Personally, I think you are very stupid that you weakened the Faust.
Can we end Limbus company and make law too?
You know what? Thank you for the support. Yeah, we're gonna do LOR too, guys. This is an incredibly rude review. In fact, the weakening was a real big damage for the player's confidence, but your compensation is enough for the player cost. Your few cost is humiliation. It reflects a fact. ProjectMoon isn't care for the player's experience and feelings. Sinclair lobotomy ego red sheet is a main part of the Rupture, but you ruin it. How stupid are you? So at last, I strongly require revocation this weekend, or give all players 13,000 lunacy! 13,000 lunacy for this? Jesus Christ, man, chill! Talisman Sinclair killed my grandma, okay? Dude, Talisman Sinclair did not kill this man's grandma, okay? Also, again, very rude review. If you guys don't know, Kim Jae-hoon has very, very big issues with his family. So very rude review. I would not recommend that. What else is here? Yeah, let's read this one. This one has a lot of... This is a player. This has a large player count. I gotta say, this is similar to my player count. So let's have a read of this. ProjectMoon dev team, stop exploiting player trust. Deceptive marketing of new characters demands accountability. As a day one veteran player paying member, I am appalled by the handling of the recent Mao branch Adept Faust nerf incident. The developers aggressively hyped this character's strength during previews, only to weaken it under the pretense of a design error, after players invested massive gacha resources. The token compensation offered is utterly insulting. This amounts to outright consumer fraud. Critical failure exposed. Reckless release for the profit. If your claims of a design error are genuine, it proves that the team lacks even basic numerical game designers and conducted zero testing before launch. Otherwise, this is a deliberate scheme to bait players with inflated stats, then fix them post-monetization far beyond legitimately balanced adjustments. Sabotaging the game's future, prioritizing short-term profit through deceptive power creep harms player trust and will drive or users away permanently. Our demands. Our demands? Are you holding my family hostage? Full transparency, release all test phase data and adjustment logs for this character. Oh, okay. No, it's like a list. Fair compensation, 1/1 refund of all gacha currency spent to obtain the character. Games should bring joy, but when greed overrides integrity, we'll fight back. Protect your rights to demand actions. I mean, okay, dude, chill, bro. I uses our demands a lot. Okay, I agreed, like, but like half agree, like, chill, brother. Guys, the nerf wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad, dude. It didn't even nerf the damage, chat. I gotta be honest with you. It didn't even nerf the damage. They made it so that you could only use the Ascended Skill 3 once per turn, not 2 times per turn, dude. It wasn't that bad, bro. It was not that fucking bad. But, okay, I agree with a few bits of this, okay? I agree with a few... I do understand... I agree with a few bits of it. Fuck Kim Jae-hoon. Well, that's just very rude, personally. Bring back Talisman Sinclair. Yeah, he's never coming back. Fuck you. Well, that's very rude. Broken promises. The developers clearly stated there would be no nerfs. Yet Faust and Sinclair was weakened, alongside the entire team synergy. I took days optimizing the strategy. The core gameplay now feels hollow. What was advertised as stable meta turned into a wasted effort overnight. Players seeking thoughtful balance should look elsewhere. The credit and control over intensity of the game company are disappointing. We're not going to read those comments because they were very racist. We're not going to read those comments. Days, bro, that's 29 hours. Yeah, we're not going to read that comment because 29 hours, days, that could just be a translation thing. So we're not going to worry about that. We already read that. Swindler. Hey, I don't think so. You liar. You could argue that. Good place to become scammed by the goodwill of the devs. Jesus Christ, guys. Are we fucking... is this Bungie? Am I reading fucking EA reviews? Dude. Is this Bungie I'm reading, guys? My god. That is a post I don't understand. Revoke the personality reduction or else we'll continue to leave negative reviews. Okay, fair enough. On May 17th, the Moon team said that it will not weaken the personality and ego. Oh, so it was May 17th. Interesting. That wasn't even that far away. And now it seems this company lacks the most basic integrity, and I am angry as a player. You can break your promise now to weaken the personality that's been launched. How much can you believe? I assume personality. I'm assuming it's trying to say ID. I think it's like auto-translated. The Moon Project. The Moon Project sounds so good. Okay. I know this is going to be a banger post. When I see these arrows, chat, you see these little arrows here, guys? When I see these little arrows, I know this is going to be a banger post. More than usual, I know, right? Announce compensation for all users who obtain Haishu Pack Mao Faust. Community rolls to get Mao Branch Faust, while Purgus is me. Announce again that compensation for all users who extracted it in the following period. Community get no refund. Community get baited, get mad. Sleeper agent activate. Another announcement canceled the refund and compensation. Community get mad. ... Glory to Limbus Company! Glory to Limbus Company, chat. That's my company, man. That's my company right there, dude. Glory to Limbus Company. Which are you going to be? What? Why is this only this person has 07 hours. Which are you going to be? What does this mean? She came to my house and killed my family. Is this String Theocracy? Is this singing String Theocracy? That's a line from String Theocracy? Oh, it is! Oh, okay. I don't understand the... I don't know what they're trying to say, though, I guess. Okay, that's a bit much. You probably shouldn't say that. You probably shouldn't say that one. That's a bit much. Shouldn't do that one. Here we go. This looks like a fat one, chat. The developers of the game have shamelessly... Wait, have I read this one already? What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let's read this one. The developers of this game have shamelessly exploited their fans' goodwill, repeatedly pushing the boundaries of disrespect through their predatory practices. Bro, what predatory practices? Their constant arbitrary alterations to the core gameplay mechanics, while ignoring community feedback, entirely reveals them as nothing but deceitful charlatans and heartless Jesus Christ, in the gaming disguise. What began as a promising title has completely lost its soul to corporate greed. Each update now serves as another cash-grabbing scheme. I strongly advise all players to abandon this sinking ship. As for the development team, they'd better watch their backs? Given their shameless exploitation of the player base, I wouldn't be surprised if an outrage player took matters into their own hands. What the fuck? Who is this fucking person? Consider this fair warning to the entire company. Karma's coming for your unscrupulous business practices. Is this who is this Agent 47? What is this? Who is this Agent 47, dude? Is this Jiamu herself? Bro, chill the fuck out, man. Chill the fuck out. Guys, I don't see this, guys. I wish companies that deserved this level of aggression actually got this level of aggression. Dude, why doesn't Bungie ever get this type of shit, dude? Like, why doesn't Bungie get this type of shit, bro? Why does the indie studio of 50 people get this type of shit, bro? Bungie, not the death threats. Yes, don't death threat people, guys, please. Jesus Christ. The whole archetype existed literally on one passivation. Okay, incorrect, and they cut it out because will the PM fix all the previous Rupture units that came out castrated because of Talisman? Will it remove 15-3-15? Haha, of course. How many times do PM buff crappy units or obsolete ones? They don't. I guess that's the point. I understand the nerf of Faust, but here is the nerf of the archetype. In the season of the archetype, blank, this is over. Okay, incorrect, but fair enough. Did Talisman Sinclair make Rupture easier to play? Yes. Was it preserved on it? Maybe the earlier IDs were a little bit, but even then, I think even past I think the minute Lantern Don Quixote came out, you're chilling. We gotta fight these negative reviews, true. That's May 25th. Is this just repeating now? Oh, I think it's it, chat. Yeah, that's it. Now we're on like the May 24th reviews. You know what, guys? Why don't we've had a bit too much negativity. Let's look at some positivity, chat. Yeah. Let's check the positive reviews, guys. Let's check the positive reviews. Let's how about we get positive a little bit, you know? Let's get the most recent positive reviews. Good game. I agree. The game has managed to open a door within me. Not sure if I like it or not, but I'm severely addicted. Thanks, ProjectMoon. Good game. I like this game a lot. The gacha is generous and the story is peak. But please, can the company stop bending to the whims of certain vocal player base? The nerf on Malfaust was well deserved. Respectful. Great game. I love the world building and storytelling. Greatly recommend if you like sci-fi dystopian. Would you even call this game sci-fi? I'm not even sure. I hate this game. Plus review. Well, this is a plus review. Red Sheets killed my grandma! Thanks for the 1300 literacy. Red Sheets killed my grandma, okay? I love that meme so much, dude. I fucking love that meme so much. Red Sheets killed my grandma! Talisman Sinclair. Good. Not Red Sheet Don, though. Yeah, guys, everyone's forgotten about Red Sheet. Guys, can I just say that everyone's forgotten about the better Red Sheet ego that came out, which is Red Sheet Don Quixote. Just want to say that. Rodion. Plus up. I think that's a great positive review. That's me. There you go. We won't be able to kill grandmas anymore. Has really cool world building and character progression. Very FTP niche and nice as well. Sure, it can be quite long, but definitely worth it. 900 hours. Jesus Christ, yeah, long. The review bombs don't even make sense. The nerfs deserve the nerfs because 1, those IDs are broken, and 2, we're getting newer IDs in the season. Heck, people can even get those IDs for free if they dispense them. Stop the hate. Agreed. The only gacha game on the market that's not predatory. We'll see how fast that gets revended. A good game, good story, good music, and matched by a good dev team. The only downside is the loud minority of the fandom. Keep up, ProjectMoon. I love you guys. I love you too, ProjectMoon. Rodion, thumbs up, guys. Rodion, thumbs up. Enjoy hell forever, Talisman Sinclair. Thank you for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy hell forever. 90% of managers quit big before they hit big. Leaving a positive review because of the review bomb, like the nerf and compensation was not that serious, bro. Greatest story I've ever witnessed. Absolute peak. Gave me many people brain rot. 10 out of 10. Pissed about the Talisman nerfs, but unfortunately still a good game overall, so I can't not recommend it. The story is just so peak. See guys, this is like a logical fact behind it, you know. This is like, you know, this is a Rodion plus thumbs up moment. Sir, they release. Oh. GG, well played. What? I wanted to click it. Hello? Can I click the... Why is this the only thing I can... Sir, they killed Talisman Sinclair. Release the 13th Haishu pack. Glory to the company. I get that people are mad about the Talisman nerfs, but for the sake of the game going forward, and the balance in general, it's best to remove it. The mouse nerfs I believe were warranted, but I hope from now on they'll pull back a bit with the new ID strengths. Considering most new IDs have been particularly quite generally strong, possibly even over to the Black Forest. I think they deleted it. Oh, maybe. Ooh, dude, this one. Ooh, controversial, guys. Here we go. I can tell this one's controversial. So, as a day one player of the game, and someone has over 400 hours in it, are y'all complaining about the Sinclair nerfs are stupid? Same with the Faust nerf that didn't happen. Do you genuinely think that preventing the game design from balancing their game on their units post-launch of them is a bad thing? That having a good, healthy game balance for our enjoyment of the units is bad? Alongside people trying to game the gacha refunds too recently are also just stupid. What do you think was going to happen? They just let you get free pulls, double pulls? What are you expecting? I would never call anyone stupid, chat, okay? I would never call anyone stupid. I think I would never say that to people. Just be wary about when you do these compensation type things, okay? Because it will sneak up on you. All I'm hearing is a bunch of whining from people that don't realize that Sinclair has already plenty of great Rupture options in Ego and ID. All I'm hearing is that Faust being a little less broken is also ruining your gacha rolls. You'd have pulled for her anyway. The unit wouldn't have been bad or unplayable. Allowing nerfs like this to go through can also allow for buffs in the future for IDs that might have been messy. Allowing changes to the game's ID post-launch shouldn't be shunned. I don't care what other gacha games do or whatever stupid standards that you've decided to put upon the creators. It's their game at the end of the day, and it's obvious that they care much more deeply about it than any other game of similar creation. Go cope and cry about it. Not much like if you played Rupture in the first place anyway before this. And a message for everyone that is interested in the game. It's great, it's free, you can grind for whatever you need or want. The creators are passionate about the game and its future. Sure, it's a gacha, but it has the best story and gameplay out of any that I've played, even as an FGO fan. The first and second Kanto are a bit slow gameplay-wise, and understanding how the game works is a main hurdle, but past that you'll get an extremely rewarding experience with a team building of various archetypes and actual focused story casts. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. What a very nice review. I would not call people stupid, but I think this is a very, yeah, this is probably like one of the best reviews I could state for the whole situation going on. Very nice review. Thumbs up. Here's another one though. I'm not much of an active member of any community online. I just interact with my friends while lurking in the official channels. Honestly, chat, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I never became a ProjectMoon content creator, chat, I would never interact with the community. If you ever have the option to just be a silent lurker, dude, just be a silent lurker. Okay? Don't go on the just be a silent lurker. You will have way more fun with the game if you do that. Today, though, for the first time I feel compelled about making a statement, as I want to stand by a company that I believe in. I agree with you. Regardless of anything that happened today, ProjectMoon makes mistakes. It happens, and they're paying the price via the backlash, that I find to be mostly unreasonable. But as it may be, they are a company that act on the belief of doing the best thing, even as they did a mistake releasing a unit that hadn't been playtested enough. They tried to make amends, and they again tried to correct their ways once again and again when prompted with negative feedback. ProjectMoon is a small company. They are inexperienced. I wouldn't say they are inexperienced. They've been up for like 5 years now. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They're young, okay? And as such, sometimes they mess up, but they try their best and they always try to make it right. As such, I don't believe that bashing people who are more that open to listen to the feedback and bend over backwards for their players is the right case. ProjectMoon is trying their best for us, and as a consumer, I believe that when faced with honesty and goodwill, I believe I should reciprocate. I will bash devs when faced with dirty and predatory tactics, but I won't stand idle as I watch a company that I believe in to be an example of what I want to see in game devs being attacked for a silly mistake. I believe in Kim and I believe in ProjectMoon. I wish them the best and I am thankful for the way that they behave toward us players. I am grateful and glad to be supporting the project, and I would recommend Limbus company to everyone. Please take care, Kim. I completely agree. As you guys know, I'm already siding on ProjectMoon's side. I have no reason, chat, to believe they have any ill will toward us. Also, they've been on for 8 years. Is it 8 years? Lob Corp came out in 2018, right, chat? Lob Corp came out in 2018, so 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 7 years. They've been up for 7 years, so I wouldn't say they're young. There's another Limbus company is dying. I hope not. Where are the crates? There is none. Great game, lovely game, it has changed my brain for what will likely be forever. Genuinely cannot get into any other type of gacha game after playing Limbus Company. The story, music, characters, quite everything about it is extremely captivating. Unlike other gacha games, Limbus somehow manages to be extremely rewarding when it comes to their characters. Falling for them is practically optional as long as you put some time into the weekly rewards, and you're good to just get every other character from the dispenser with the exception of Walpurgisnacht, but even then you're able to get those the next time the event comes around. I love this game for how many good qualities it has and how kind of the development team is. Couldn't ask for better, so I leave this review among the many negatives from the butthurt people today due to simply changes of an extremely overpowered mechanic that would just further break the balancing if it was kept for longer than it has. Good review. Lovely game, it has changed my game. Great game. See, guys, look at all these positive reviews, guys. I'm so happy seeing these positive reviews. Amazing game. Kim Ji-hoon is my king. Fuck you, Rupture bros. Just get over your Talisman Sinclair edition. They're blunt. Rip Bozo Talisman skincare is dead. Rupture future is secured. Down with the twink. The people really are. You are strong. Blunt, like Devia Sinclair. Otis banner is still ongoing. I think this is the real winner, chat. I think this is the real thing to remember at the end of it. Guys, the Otis banner is still going. So, that is a W in my book. This game robbed my soul the moment I met it, and I can only get it back by playing it until my bones are claimed by a certain lineage of blade. Absolute cinema. Also, if you tried to scam a compensation out of ProjectMoon, please get out. Yikes. Would not recommend doing that. I'm mostly here to counter the review bombing. For my short review, the game is great. Story is easily the best part of Limbus Company thanks to having a defined main cast. The game can actually develop the characters instead of shoving them to some corner to make space for the new shiny ones. Gameplay is pretty good, but I wouldn't say that it's anything outstanding. The game is overall simple aside from a couple of difficulty spikes, and even those can be overcome with reading. I know, scary. As for the controversy, Talisman Sinclair should have been nerfed ages ago anyway, I agree. It was ridiculously overpowered with the current units. You could apply 76 potency in one turn with it, and that's not even counting the potency gained from the other IDs on the team. Faust is more questionable change, but I was still overall in favor of it. She's a bit too strong in my opinion, so I'm actually more disappointed that the change has been reversed. Kim needs to learn to stand his ground. There have been too many times where he and his company have been burned precisely because he struggles with it. Agreed. We'll read this last one, and then we'll be done on the review reading at least. Here to help fight against the review bombing, which is highly disgusting, as not only did they plan on refunding all resources put into the units, but full refund of all resources plus extra resources and pulled people not only tried to game the system by pulling before the update, which you deserve any karma you got as you know better, but sending actual death threats to the team. Please do not do anything like this. Review bombing the game, sure, but sending threats to people's lives has never and will never ever be appropriate. Guys, don't send death threats to people. Karma will get you in the ass for that. Don't do that. If you want to fucking curse someone out, guys, curse someone out in your private time. You know what I'm saying? Don't curse them out. Fucking don't send death threats, bro. I want to live with the consequences. Bro is having a Thorfinn moment, dude. I want to be better. I want to be a kinder person. Guys, everyone right now, if we all hopped on right now, chat, and left a positive review, and even if you were upset by what happened, okay? We could all leave a positive review. We can fight back. Is Seaverodion Branch worth it? I do think so. Thank you for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. How about we make a review right now, chat? Do you want, guys? Should we make a review right now? I have not made a review for this game. I feel like if I want, I have to lead by example. I missed like the entire stream. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's do a review then. Let's do. I'm just one more long head review. Okay, let me get this, guys. Hold on. Let me figure out how to get myself logged in. Hold on.
Yo, Lunashi.
I think they should also nerf syncing.
Philip, thank you, Philip, for the support. I think they should also nerf syncing. Maybe. Who knows, Philip? How do we leave a review? I've never actually left reviews before, so I don't actually. Yeah, guys, we're gonna reverse review bomb. How do we leave a review? Logged in. Oh, do I have to do? Jesus, how do you review in this? Ah, here it is. I'm just stupid. Okay, I found it. Yeah. This review is in response to the May 26th, 11. This review is in response to the May 26th incident of Limbus of ProjectMoon. And I'll say current update, May 26th. The mass amount of review bombing is a behavior that is preferred over death threats. However, the actions that are currently taken against our glorious company are unjust, unwarranted. It is acceptable to be upset and disappointed. Disappointed at statements and promises made, but it is only healthy when constructed in a positive and constructive manner. I'm gonna reword. I'm gonna fix these. Hold on. Warranted, disappointed, healthy, only when in a positive and constructive manner. The main argument at the current moment is the full compensation debacle. Understand that even though the option to potentially pull for an ID that will be reworked, adjusted, and or compensated for is possible, it is not recommended, as anything can change, which might result in you losing and not gaining. Sundered witnessing of the negative effect. I highly wish that ProjectMoon would maintain their foot in the ground and stand by their beliefs in what they think will be best for the game. Even if the players may not like it at the beginning. However, I have come to adore this company and the community I have helped foster. I fully trust that ProjectMoon truly means no harm and ill will toward us as the players, and fully want us to experience.
Yo, Lunashi.
Please add to also delete Tremor and replace it entirely with Paralysis.
Understood. Thank you for the support. I will do so right now. They fully want us to experience and immerse ourselves in their game. I don't believe in any type. I don't believe that the studio would blah 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 blah. What I'm gonna say here? The studio would participate in predatory behavior, as they have not done so any. Actually, I don't know if they've done that in the past, but I'll just end off like that. This review is strictly to assist in the countering negative reviews that are piling up. If you wish to have a legitimate review of the game, please look elsewhere, as I am just a YouTuber who doesn't know. Also, a viewer paid me to say delete Tremor and Sinking for paralyzed units. And I'll say thank you. There you go. I know, I'm fixing it. Don't worry. Hold on. I always spell stuff wrong. That's what paralyzed wrong too?
Yo, Lunashi.
Plug your YouTube channel.
Plug my YouTube channel? Oh, okay. Thank you. Subscribe to Kamui Ever. I make Limbus videos and stream daily. There you go, guys. Guys, subscribe if you haven't already. This is a plug as well, by the way. Thank you to all of the positive community members of this community. Thank you to all the positive members of this community. And thank you to ProjectMoon for creating my favorite games. Please keep up the good work. Make it 100 positive. How do can I make it 100 positive? Most of them had Red Sheet Sinclair Ego. Best review. Alright guys, if every one of us posted a review right now, we can fight back, chat. We can make a difference. Ask ChatGPT to make it better. Why didn't you save him? No, let me ask you a different question. Why did you only save her but not him, Kim Jae-hoon? Look at the new graph we're catching up. Oh shit, let's look at the graph, guys. Okay, let's refresh. Fight back, chat. We are spreading positivity. Let's see the graph. Ooh! We're fighting back, chat. Guys, everyone right now, fight back, dude. We can win against the negativity. What does Rupture need? I reviewed. Good, everyone review. I already posted a review. Do another review. Everyone review. Guys, this is like Avengers Endgame. Guys, we're like Avengers. We are the Avengers. Remember who you are. Fight the GMUs. Guys, we cannot stand by and let Limbus Company become a sundered memory. We have to spread the word. As long as we don't be obnoxious to other people. Can we just play Lobotomy Corp? Maybe. My review is clowning on Rupture is losing his crutch. We were going to peak again. You know, this little group has brought me a smile. The sleeper agents have been activated. Hold on. Are they still... is the graph getting bigger? Oh, dude, it's so getting bigger, dude. 500 negative to the 1,000. Dude, we're fighting back. Please link the review. Can I view my review? Here you go, here's my review. Can you even link this? I don't even know how you link this.
Yo, Lunashi.
You should have added that GHU wouldn't be proud of review bombing.
The GQ would not be proud of review bombing? Okay, let me edit that. Let me edit the review. Can I edit this? Hold on. How do I edit my review? Edit review. PS. GQ would not be proud of the review bombing. There you go. Update review. All the negative reviews are from the rats and syndicates. I do truly believe, chat. Okay? If it turns out to be evil, we hope not. Faustwood won't nerf anymore. I truly believe, chat, that at least 10% of the negative reviews are actually constructive criticism. I do genuinely believe that 10% of the reviews here are constructive criticism. I'm new to Limbus, and the game gave me a bunch of burn ideas, so I have no idea what Rupture users are feeling. Oh, don't you worry. You just have fun. The head is at fault for the review bombing. Jiamu has sent the head. I sent my review over, and I tend to write a detailed one after hitting 1,000 hours. I am disgusted with the review bomb. Some of them are good. I do genuinely believe that 10% of them are good. Yes. If there was a Garyon one. I'm doing my part. Everyone do your part. We can make a difference. We can make it right. I am installing Limbus on Steam to leave a review. There you go, guys. We are fighting back the negative reviews. That's good. Holy shit, Esgu posted like a video or like a Twitter post. I updated my review. Good. It sucks that we were promised 300 taken away. Yes, I do believe there is constructive criticism to add there. There is negativity that you can state to be constructive. I do think that is a thing that you have to do. Weird, I think. Oh boy, alright, let's have a look. Alright, let's see what Mr. Esgu said. The LDR of the changes. Sinclair passive has been reworked. Esgu video. Oh, new video. Jesus Christ, fastest Esgu video. Fuck me. TLDR support passive got reworked. And Talisman effect got changed. How does this affect the gooning situation? I think that's a hard one. Holy shit, Talisman Sinclair. Hold on, is this the fastest Esgu video? Oh, I gotta look at this chat. Jesus Christ. This is the fastest Esgu video ever fucking made in Esgu's life, dude. Jesus Christ. Only 13 minutes. 2 minutes ago. Do we watch it together? Am I allowed to watch it am I allowed to react to Esgu's video? I don't know if I'm allowed to react to Esgu's video. I don't know if I should do that. That's probably a bit I wish I could just DM him and ask. It's for a good cause. Why not? Well, because it feels a bit scummy that I'm like reacting to it instead of ask him for permission. I don't have him on speed dial.
Yo, Lunashi.
2 minutes ago and 293 views. Esgu is washed.
Esgu is what? Bro's hitting my numbers, dude. Once you enter the reaction content holds, you never escape. I don't think he would be mad. No need to watch it on stream. We'll open the video so you can react. I don't want to be a reactor. I'm just curious at what he wants to say. 2 minutes ago, I watched it all. Ask him first. How do I ask him? I don't have his number. If the video is about the situation, then I don't know if he would care if it's about foreign. Fair. Not like we won't watch it anyway. True. You want to be the news goon? Don't. You want to be the news goon? Don't have him on speed dial. Why would I have him on Discord? I guess. Yeah. Let me just DM. Do I even? We got to DM Esgu. Fuck it. Sure. I'll DM. Let me DM Esgu. Sure. I don't know if bro can respond to me. This will be the first DM I give him. Bad first DM. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna ask him. Hey, Esgu. This is about thing with Alright, give me a second, guys. Hold on. Alright, well, while we wait on that, guys, I don't know how long that'll take, but I guess while we wait, let's go see how the reviews are doing. How's the review bomber doing? Let's have a look, shall we? Ooh, it's getting higher, man! It's getting higher, dude. If he'll see the message? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Probably not. Not for a while. Holy red. We are fighting, guys. We are currently fighting. The graph is not updating for me. It's updating pretty slow, but... Why do you need Gluttony, Res, and Rupture team outside of Talisman? Almost every team doing something about the Res, except Rupture now. Gluttony, because it's cool. That's probably why. Fight bank against the will of the city. We need to go deeper. What does Rupture need? Why are we review bombing again? Well, we're not review bombing. We're positive. I guess we are bombing. We're positive bombing. Glory to our director. Just posted a review. Absolute W, guys. Shout out to the PM creating an IRL hierarch war. Guys, it's crazy how much similar this is to Kano 8. Bombing a positive? Fuck. I meant review positive. It's time. Showcase the... It's not bombing, it's elevating. Yes, Esgu's made a video. I asked him for permission. I don't know if he'll get back to me. I don't even know if he's online. So, if you don't see me watching the video tonight, then you know. Leaving a negative review is considered a taboo by the head. Please give an actual review. I don't really know how to give it an actual review. So. There's a reason the shard Deviat Sinclair. What happened in July of 2023? Oh, you want to know what happened in July 2023, do you? You want to know what happened in July 2023, chat? We don't talk about July 2023, chat. Okay? Let's just we do not talk about July 2023. We do not talk about July 2023, okay? Life imitates art. We did not talk about July 2023. What was the Faust nerf before I got rewarded? Her passive went from her awakening ability went from 10 Tianju to 20 Tianju. Nothing happened in July 2023. Oh, guys, I just got... Guys, I just got the go from Esgu. Alright, guys, we got the go from Esgu. Massive W. Alright, guys,
Okay,
make sure to watch Esgu in your
shit.
own time for this shit, okay? Hold on. Esgu has given us the W. It's time to watch the video. Alright, let's see what's going on. What's going on with the cube, man, chat? I should probably turn off the music. Hold on. Okay, Esgu time. It's time to live react to Esgu. Watch him like copyright strike me. That would be funny.
What the fuck? Okay, no way, man. I'm playing fucking modded Terraria right now, and I get 2 notifications from Twitter.
Modded Terraria?
They're
Questionable game, but
nerfing
okay.
Talisman Sinclair?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, objectively the correct thing to do.
Agreed. Agreed, good sir. Agreed.
But like, brother, I don't know what... Okay. I don't know what they've been doing with Rupture, but they've been making it way too strong, and I thought they knew that, and they were just like, oh, fuck it.
I've been
But
waiting
no,
till...
this shows...
I had been waiting until they released... done releasing Rupture IDs for the season to talk about how stupidly good they've made the archetype recently. I do agree they're very good.
Jihoon himself is saying, I fucked up. Which is insane.
It is kind of insane that he's saying that.
Dude, that
Like,
thing's been out since Season 2.
Yeah, season... I
don't
think
know
that's
if
like,
they
what,
should do that. That's
3 years?
Dude, that is a well-established ID.
Yeah, I
Man.
agree that it should have been got...
That changes a lot of things.
Yeah, it should have been cut...
And they're
at
nerfing
the time.
Malbranch Faust.
Ooh, okay. Esgu, sorry, buddy. I think you made the video a bit too fast, bro.
I haven't read. I've only read to see what they've changed.
Ooh, bit too fast.
Sinclair support passive
Nothing
2.
ever happened to Faust. Nothing ever
This
happened to
is-
Faust.
This is so much worse. Like, that is... crazy.
That's,
Wait,
you
they're
know...
changing the actual... Wait, they're changing Talisman.
Yeah, I'm...
Okay, so before... I'm assuming most people know how this works. But before, you could get talismans on the opponent. This would also make Talisman objectively way better on the field.
Yes.
Assuming talismans stayed as they were, but no, they're changing Talisman.
I'm surprised
Before,
they
you
actually
gained
changed
Rupture
Talisman.
Red account, and it would just stay forever if it was below 6. Now, max stack of 6. Oh, 6 plus stack, it goes away. Okay. Consume 1 Rupture count to inflict Rupture.
Bros, can I just say, he's fucking flabbergasted, dude. I don't know what time it is in America right now. I assume Esgu is in America. I don't know what fucking time it is in America right now. I just know that bro sounds tired as fuck. It's probably like 3 a.m. Bro's playing modded Terraria. He's probably fighting fucking Calamity bosses, dude. His brain is not fucking on for this shit.
It's dog shit now.
10 a.m.?
It's actually
9 a.m.?
terrible.
Yikes.
Talisman Sinclair is now worthless.
Here's
the thing.
Sinclair's now worthless. Oh god.
I-
The cube man is saying it.
I like things like this. I like balance changes. But the fact that it's only for things that are absurdly powerful is upsetting. Because I want this to be for things that suck ass too.
This is the
They did
most
with
common
Dawn Effect, that was
complaint.
just for fucking money. We know that.
That's Dawn Office.
And
Nothing ever happened to Dawn
Big nerf
Office.
to Faust. Doubling the amount of Starblades she needs. And obviously the amount she consumes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wonder if this will be updated.
I mean, seems like it's worth it to gamble for Faust.
Which I did as soon as I was done recording and got her in 10 pulls for that sweet ROI. Ooh, Esgu. How do we, it's updated? Yeah, I assume, yeah, here we go, yeah, it updates,
Because you get your money back.
Yeah.
The only time they've done anything close to this, anything.
So Esgu did a little naughty, guys. Esgu did a little naughty and did a little compensation pool, guys. Esgu did a little naughty.
Actually went through.
Joking.
The only time they've done anything close to this is Heathcliff Body Sack when Uptie 4 first released.
I was not around for when I was not around Uptie 4. I started playing at the end of season 3. Like 3 months before season 3 end. So I have no idea what happened here. Even this was labeled as an error and not a nerf, but it's closer than the Ring Sang situation. I have no idea what happened here, so this is out of my league.
Gave 3 attack power up instead of 1 on kill. It just gave it after attack.
Ah, I see.
A season 2 ID. I would be totally okay with this if it meant that there were more balance changes in the future.
Yeah, I think that's the thing you guys agree on the most. I think if this is the gateway, it's not naughty if they did it themselves. I mean, yeah, hindsight is 2020. If this is like the gateway. Also, the reason I'm pausing the video is so I can be constructive, right? So I'm not just I'm not like I'm not reacting. I just I want to discuss alongside Esgu, you know? Constructively, if this is the gateway for ProjectMoon to be more open with balance patches, W. If it isn't, then we're going to have some issues, right?
But it seems like frequently, yeah, no, there's not frequently though.
Yeah.
If it was frequent, I think people might be less upset.
Yes, that is the whole thing.
But that's fucked up because this ID is like stupidly strong.
Correct.
And everyone knows it.
Yes.
To nerf her. I mean, will this even go through? Is this worth making a video on? Is this gonna go?
Bro, how does he know?
Go through? Is Ji-hoon gonna back down? Fuck it, man. Don't back down. Just commit to more balance changes. I think that would be.
How does he know, dude?
Like the best outcome for this.
How does he know, man? How does he know? How does he know? Hello, I'd apologize for being the first time ever interacting with Kamui. But what is going on? Just tell you, I don't want to ask what they're complaining about. So if you're new here, just understand that there's a little bit of a problem where a character was going to get a character has been changed and adjusted, and people are upset about it. If you're a new player here, look, just ignore that and just play the game. Don't look at your computer. Don't look on ProjectMoon Twitter for the next week, and you'll be fine. How does he know, dude?
That's crazy. I mean, obviously, Red Sheet Sinclair would be so much more broken when they're doing like a Rupture season.
Exactly. The problem was Red Sheet Sinclair.
I've had conversations with like my friends about this. Like, they have to know that Rupture is a slippery fucking slope.
Yes,
and it seems like they didn't, and that's really concerning.
They did.
Like,
I feel like they. I feel like they. So he says they didn't. I feel like they did. No, but they were trying to work around it instead of actually addressing the issue. They should have doubled down on when they were like, you know, working around. They should have just said, okay, we need to nip this in the butt. Actually, right? Like, pretty much.
The most obvious way to break your game.
Yeah, it's true damage, man. What do you expect?
We've worked diligently to find various possible adjustments to avoid Rupture identities overly synergizing with Red Sheet Sinclair. Yeah, there's just no.
Yeah.
Our attempts to do so forces place several awkward limitations with the Rupture
yeah,
keyword
15-3.
So, like, 15/3 was because of Talisman Sinclair.
Yes, exactly. 15-3 was because of Talisman.
The thing is, even with Talisman Sinclair, it was broken. Because it didn't avoid the Talisman application of Rupture. Yeah,
so the thing is, the 15-3 came out, right, chat? And it was still broken because it still worked with Talisman Sinclair. In fact, 15-3 made Talisman Sinclair even better on Deviat Rodion and Sigma Assault. That's why they stopped doing it, or at least it looks like they've backed out from 15-3.
That is insane. The Malbranch Faust nerf isn't nearly as bad as the Talisman Sinclair nerf.
Exactly.
Because the Talisman Sinclair nerf just nerfs Faust by association of being Rupture.
Pretty much.
God, what a fucking strange thing to just drop on us.
Yeah, this is just dropped out of nowhere, by the way.
It makes sense, but also like
it is dropped.
This is just worthless. Like you just never used. Like I can't believe they changed how talismans work.
That's the big one too. Changing how talisman works is crazy.
Talisman Sinclair is a decent enough downside, but they just made talismans worthless.
Having to run Talisman is a decent enough downside is crazy. You think they made this game like the game since continued. That's how rare these things are that this happens, right?
Just tell me on hit you're taking away 2 rupture count for 3 rupture.
2 rupture since the max stack is 5 and it's rounded down, so it's even worse. Oh my god, really? Also, thank you guys for the follow. Rupture speed run in shambles. Really? So it's actually because it's rounded down, so it's actually 2 rupture. Oh my lord, dude.
That is so bad.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's so bad.
It just
that means
wasn't
that
malfound.
instead of beautifully synergizing with the 15x3 archetype, it now is actively terrible because you will immediately go below 15x3 because even though you do not consume rupture count, the talisman effect consumes rupture count.
Well, how are you going to get the rupture count? You can't get the talisman effect though. I think he's still thinking. I still think he's thinking that that allies gain the talisman effect. There is no talisman effect on allies anymore. So, unless I'm mishearing what he's saying.
Hey, you know what, Jihoon? I think if you go through with this, based.
Agreed. I agree with Esgu. If it's based. If he commits to this, it's based. It's gonna be a fucking rocky period, especially in the middle of a Kanto.
But also, this means that you should buff older IDs straight up. If you're down to nerf older IDs.
This is the problem.
Because, again, I think most people would like balance changes like this. There's some things in this game that are not very well tuned.
Yes. There are some
don't
IDs.
Touch shit in MD. The Bloody Mist nerf was stupid because, that's a stupid mode, no one cares. But, like, in terms of the actual game...
Why did bro just blame Bloody Mist? Bro just flamed Bloody Mist like nothing, man. Jesus. Bro, Bloody Mist didn't do anything, man. Chill.
I think there's a lot of things that could use even just minor adjustments. This is a huge adjustment, obviously. This is changing...
Wait, guys, I just noticed something. Did you notice something? Hey, guys, look, we're here. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, look, it's all of you guys. Hey, guys. What are we doing down here? Ah, that's weird. I was thinking, what the fuck's in the bottom corner here? It's us!
The entire status effect that was so impactful for, like, over... We're getting to 2 years.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Yeah,
oh, he's looking
June 29th.
Wow, June 29? 2023? Oh my god, hi Mom, I'm on TV! Hi Mom! I hit the PM elbow. Yay, watch my own stream. I don't think so. So this is when Lobotomy Ego came... Wait, this came out at the same time as Honglu? I didn't know that. I was not around during this, so I don't know. Hi everyone! So this is June 23, the 6th of the 6th. Okay.
Year and 11 months.
Almost 2 years.
And he's getting nerfed this bad.
Yeah, that's...
I can't believe that.
I'm here often, guys.
I wish I got my initial reaction to this, because I like, straight up fucking soy jacked. You sincerely...
What do you mean soy jacked?
Making any adjustments to identities that have already been...
Look at soy jacked.
But, like, why, if it's gonna be a buff, right? I don't understand that. I wish they would explain that better. Because in the Dawn Claire post, they were like, oh, we don't want to give adjustments, but it was just a good thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it shouldn't happen.
It was...
be good on release.
Dawn Claire did just get it. Dawn Claire got it because it was a Walpurgis ID. That was the reason why he got it. Like, they changed to the new Faust ID? No. This is old information. It'll get told in a second. If you told someone pre-deviant the Rupture's getting nerfed, they'd blow up, pretty much. Good,
I think nerfing is also fair.
I agree.
But I don't like that it's not both ways. Because in this case, you just have an ID that people really seem to like, and now the entire archetype is fucked.
I think
because
it is fair to think
that. And they were like, okay, we gotta nuke this.
Again, let me reiterate his statement. It's anything that is pre-lobotomy, lob corp, pre-Lob Corp Lantern Don Quixote ego is struggling more than post-Lantern Don Quixote ego Rupture IDs. Okay, let me make that clear for you guys. Anything that is a post-Lantern Don Quixote Rupture ID, you're chilling without fucking Talisman Sinclair. Okay? You're good. Anything that is a pre-Lantern Don Quixote, okay, you might struggle a lot more harder than... You might have to work harder, pretty much, right?
Hi. Sorry to interrupt past tired Esgu. It's me, less past and more tired Esgu.
Hello, tired.
I wanted to
not
clarify
tired,
some
Esgu.
things since I yapped on and on about these buffs and nerfs, and I don't think I hit at the heart of the issue. And that is this line in particular. We have worked diligently to find various possible adjustments to avoid Rupture identities overly synergizing with Red Sheet Sinclair.
Yes.
Now, I don't know the specifics of these adjustments on ProjectMoon's end, but my takeaway here is that certain IDs with the Rupture keyword were made to be worse in certain ways because of Talisman Sinclair's...
Have you noticed that? Well, he's making a great argument here. Guys, have you noticed that out of all the other IDs in the game, Rupture IDs that have come out have like no... They have very little infliction. Right? They have very little infliction. Even the new mount IDs have very little infliction because of Talisman Sinclair. So they couldn't give it like 3. They couldn't give it 4. Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yes. I still think it's possible to do it. I think count is not an issue. Rodion Devil does damage. I do agree. I think Rodion does damage count. Now, don't get me wrong. I still think it's possible to do it well without Talisman. I've been doing it without Talisman for a while. Is it like super impossible? No, it's not impossible at all.
Support passive, and now that support passive no longer exists. Well, I do think that we should get buffs for IDs that are not as good, old or new, or Rupture related or whatever. The IDs that should especially get buffs are the ones that might have been affected by this design
Did Bro just flame C. Gregor? No. Hold on. Anyways. C. Gregor is a stand-in for a theoretical new ID that is actually not good, but I think he's easily the worst of the new IDs this season, but the sample size is 3. I guess if you had to put C. Gregor on a list, on a podium compared to everyone else, he would be below. But he's still my GOAT, so I would die for it. Also, he has fucking AEDD, so he's fine. He's chilling.
The IDs that should especially get
I love C. Gregor. Personally, guys, I like C. Gregor more than Rodion, because he's just my GOAT.
Been affected by this design philosophy restricting them. Fang Huntong Lu is probably the prime example most people can think of, but I'm sure every Rupture ID was...
It's hard to tell if he's bad because 2-star equals bad, or being too safe with Rupture. Talisman Sinclair should also absolutely receive compensation buffs for becoming one of the worst Rupture IDs in the game. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Again, if they're going with the compensation route, then we're fine. If they're not going with the compensation route, it's gonna be... Guys, it's gonna be a long day of being a ProjectMoon defender, okay?
Affected in some way. I think that continuous small balance changes are probably
this is obviously an absolutely unique situation, but the reaction from the community to these changes isn't super negative. This is a good chance to take the strides of balance. Yikes. Ooh. Yeah, okay.
A way to avoid big balance changes like this that really shake up the game that ProjectMoon clearly wants to avoid. Even if it does give me more things to talk about, and more comments on my older videos, yes, I do see you, and more views on my older videos now that I think about it. You know what, actually, just keep doing what you're doing, Jihoon, it works out great.
I love this Kim Jihoon image.
Jokes aside, back to your regularly scheduled slop show with past me looking at patch notes like an idiot.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Never mind. Of course, the instant I finished recording that, we get another post in Korean, talking about how Kim Jihoon is backing out of nerfing Faust, and while I kind of hate the fact that this is slowly becoming a live documentation of my reaction to this whole thing, I also think...
Ending for 2 hours! Jesus!
I think it's important to say this. Jihoon, buddy, I know in that last voiceover I just said to keep doing what you're doing. But that doesn't mean backing down the second there's any hint of backlash.
I agree.
Obviously, I know nothing of running a company, but the fact that...
I'm just one guy, and I understand the rabid nature of the gacha game fanbase, but this whole thing was really poorly handled, especially since it's been rolled back.
This post was made without the clear intent to push it through to live service, and more as a way to test players' reactions. I just rather not know anything until it is 100% for fact happening, especially since I was pulling for Faust with the expectation of getting compensation, and now, well,
yeah,
no longer.
No
I'm
longer.
not going to edit in any more voiceovers into this video, I promise, or re-edit anything else in the previous 10
This video could serve as an archive of the chaotic nature of the night/morning of the 26th of May, guys. Jesus Christ.
minutes of this video, since it serves as an archive of this frankly absurd 4 hours that I've just had, and I'm sure a lot of other Limbus players have also just had. And I'll play out the rest of my reaction to the initial post, but knowing that Faust is no longer gonna be nerfed and that the decision to back down was made so quickly really reminds me of a certain paint-stained motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Pat.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah, we got Ring Sang
Esgu
2.0.
for real
All right.
this time.
Back to live Esgu.
No, nothing in here. I guess in case they want to go back on the decision, if there's too much
There's going to be a lot of
backlash.
dramatic irony. Yeah.
Again, I might release this as a video and then like 2 seconds later it gets reverted.
That is
Is
dramatic
this in
irony.
the same vein as Ring Sang? Kind of.
Yes.
But the Red Sheet Sinclair thing is like, dude, they messed up ages ago.
Yeah.
Which I understand not catching.
I'm
at the
documenting
time
this as a peak history of the
because of
Smoke
the
Wars.
Completely different environment of the game. I mean, the best Rupture ID we had at launch was like, who?
Esgu, yes,
Fucking-
I got permission. Esgu, I got permission from Esgu to react to the video, to his new video.
LCCB Ishmael, genuinely, and even all throughout season 2, like until the 7 IDs, we didn't really have anything. I guess 7 Otis was okay, but now with all these really strong Rupture IDs, I guess.
Yeah. As I said, guys, there's a clear distinction between pre-Rupture and post-Rupture. Anything that's post-Lantern Don Quixote, I feel like is a Rupture ID that can stand on its own. Anything that's a pre-Lantern Don Quixote, you might need a little bit of help with like a team built around it. Talisman Claire obviously helped out as well. You might have to play like a bit more safer on skill inflictions and stuff.
No, Jishun,
Will Devious Sinclair rise from the dead as you saying useless? I like Devious Sinclair, so
balance
I'm
the
gonna
game
use him
more.
still.
Go for it.
Because like obviously we're gonna like that.
People are gonna really hate this change,
Yep. People are, buddy. Don't you worry.
but I think, fuck it, swing for the fences.
Yep. Especially right fucking
Yep.
part 3 right around the corner.
Okay. People say this to bait YouTube comments because they're YouTubers. I need to know what people think about this.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, trust me. You don't want to fucking know,
because-
buddy.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I was doing so good not posting slop. I wasn't posting anything, but I wasn't posting slop. And now I'm just having people stare at this fucking screen for forever. But I don't know what else to say.
That's really how I feel, dude.
The Talisman situation is insane. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna fucking end the video now. I'm sorry. Hopefully
sir.
this video isn't outdated in like an hour. I might just take it down if it is.
Well,
This
okay,
video
if he
ends
takes
now.
it down, then we're good.
At Kim Ji-hoon, you lit fucker. You made a shit of peace with your trash Limbus.
What the fuck?
It's fucking bad, this trash game. I will become back my money. I hope you will in your
What the
next
hell?
time.
What is
A
this?
cow on a trash farm, you sucker.
What was that? Dude. What's that? Fucking that was what was that? Alright, well W Esgu video as per usual chat. In the world Kim Ji-hoon serves. Honestly, the W Esgu video, he pretty much had the same fucking thing as we said. Pretty much the same discussion as what we were talking about, guys. It's the Binding of Isaac thing copy-pasted. There's an Isaac copy-pasted? The Chinese players? Wait, the Binding of Isaac meme? I didn't even know that's a Binding of Isaac meme. There's a Binding of Isaac meme? I'm playing Isaac while watching this. Guys, I've never, you guys know I've never played Binding of Isaac. I've never played Binding of Isaac, by the way. Is this updated at all? I doubt it, right? Nah, it's not updated. Instead of dropping Walpurgis announced that they rebalanced the whole IDs. Guys, instead of dropping Walpurgis, they just fucking dropped a nuke on everyone's chat. Oh, God. There you go. There's a lot of reasons to be upset. There's a lot of, like, trust me, guys. As I said, there's a lot of valid reasons to be upset. There's a lot of valid reasons to be annoyed, especially for the 1500 lunacy. Yeah. I didn't play it either. I'm surprised you haven't. Esgu would hate the Binding of Isaac after discovering it isn't dedicated binding. Bub, I know what we're gonna do today. Yeah, I just played Limbus Company. Didn't I do this? I just played Limbus Company. Speaking of, I guess I should farm a little bit of XP while we chill. While we talk about this. You know what, guys? You know what we're gonna do, chat? Hold on. We're gonna use Sinclair. We're gonna use Talisman Sinclair before he dies. Like, wait, do I have another mirror dungeon ready or something? Hold on, do I have a mirror dungeon ready? Alright guys, one last mirror dungeon run before Talisman Sinclair dies. Let's get a Talisman Sinclair. Should I save it for tomorrow? No, I'll do it now. Let's do a Talisman Sinclair run right now. The send-off, guys. And you know what? I'm gonna do a Talisman Sinclair run with no new IDs. Let's do none of the new Maus. Solo? You want me to do a Talisman Sinclair solo? Did I read the new notices? These are what we've discussed about. The nerfs and oh my god, dude. The 4 fucking posts, bro. Jesus Christ, dude. Talisman Sinclair solo. Talisman solo. Talisman solo. I guess if I'm gonna get refunded for everything, right, chat? Is there any downside to me just uptying him right now? I already read that. We've read the cancellation already. Yeah, I was gonna say, guys, like, wait, hold on. We need to check the, is there like a limit to, is there a limit to the refund for him? Let's check down here. No, that's it. It's just all resources used to upgrade the identity will be refunded to you. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, let's just... Alright, guys. Yo, guys, I got this new... What if he gets cancelled? I'll cry. Hey, guys, check out this new ID, guys, that I just uptied for it. Hey, guys, check out this new ID, guys. It's called Talisman Sinclair. I'm gonna give him XP, guys. Hey, guys, check out this new ID that I just leveled. His name is Talisman Sinclair. Level 55 screenshot. I'm not giving him 55 levels. You can't even get 55 levels in the... You can't even get 55 levels in the thing. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get... Oh my guys, check out this new ID, guys. It's Talisman Sinclair. Use the takeoff ticket. I'm not doing that. Hey guys, all right. What do we use for a Sinclair solo? Do we just go like raw, dude? No, we gotta go with something. So like, the screenshot. Not 55 pathetic. You can get up to 75 in the dungeon. Yeah, guys, we'll just do it in the dungeon, so it's fine. 55 is so expensive though. What like backup do we do? All Rupture guides have been ruined. Rupture guides in shambles when they have to actually team build instead of relying on Sinclair. Let's get G Corp in here. Let's get Fang Hunt for the bleed. W Corp for the Rupture bonus. Chef for the set for the kill. Let's get Donkey. Maybe something like. Then I'll get 200 tier 4 tickets. You need to give him the best support passives. True. I watched one yesterday. I extracted 50 before the nerf. This is my only chance. Yeah. Maybe we just keep based on coherent. Wait, no. Is he blunt? Use his ID. He is. Oh, he's blunt Pierce. Yeah, sure. We can keep the Pierce buff. Let's do fucking Rip, I guess. I don't really know. Y. We'll just Y. Sing. For my goat Sang, we're gonna do. Heavyat. We'll do W Corp, Heathcliff 7, Fish, Zwei. I mean 7 Faust. Oh, true. I mean, yeah, we could do 7 Faust. Again, this is the return of 7 Faust. We'll do motherfucking Deviat for this one. I don't even remember what Deviat's support passive is. I like what the fastest speed applies. Flash one to the. Okay, yeah, that's good. Godus will do 7 as well. There we go, guys. Now let's do his egos. Obviously, Branch of Knowledge. And Lantern. Alright. respond. Sinclair solo, guys. Deviat Rodion is dead. Alright, let's give him levels. This one, theme pack. I mean, I guess we don't need levels. I'd rather starting. Ring Sang will not be the only one that gets killed during a Kim Ji-hoon livestream, the Unavalo. Oh, dude. Sinclair is gonna be killed. Change the title? No, I have to keep the title for clickbaiting purposes. Rodion. Alright, who's weak to blunt, dude? I think Outcast is weak to blunt. Find Outcast. There it is. Yeah, thank you for the follow, guys. Deviat Sinclair's Bible? Damn right he is. True. Big if true. Ooh, dude, Rupture ego? Here we go, guys. This is it. This is a Rupture moment. Shit, everything. Heathcliff would win. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck! My sanity! No! My Deviat's... My fucking sanity! No! It's minus 20! No! I'm cooked! I'm cooked! Oh no! Oh god. The run is dead. Oh gee, surely I'm not weak to Pierce, right? Oh no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Get him! Oh my god, dude, I'm the goat. I'm so squishy. RNG luck, man. This is a metaphor. Okay. Here we go. Alright, let's get some sanity back. Get our sanity back. Get our sanity back. Okay, we're getting sanity back, guys. It's doable. This is so P. Okay. Oh my god, wait, he's actually kind of OP. Hold on, guys. Yeah, oh. I got staggered. Help. Father, help. Help. Dad, help me. Sinclair. Sinclair, he's getting jumped. Help me. Oh my god, I'm being ruptured. Is this my sin? Is this my sin for being a Rupture ID? Please, please let me know. Okay. So you already posted the video? Yeah, we saw it. Not the little German boy. Guys, I don't think we win the first encounter. I think that minus 20% sanity is kind of screwed me, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's just I think he's kind of. Oh, okay, hold on. Skill 2. Oh my god, I'm being scammed. Wait, never mind. I'm the best. Never mind. I'm the best. Oh my god. Boom. Okay, we're fine. I'm gonna get staggered again. Stop rupturing me! I'm getting ruptured. I'm getting ruptured. Superperbia, Superperbia! You know what? You guys are right. I need a Superperbia. We are not fine. Guys, help. The Talisman Sinclair's not helping. Everyone. Guys, Talisman Sinclair's not helping. Oh my god, he's ass! Holy shit. I'm rupturing everywhere. Dog, Sinclair is horrible. Like the worst encounter? No, we got this, guys. Hold on. We have Superperbia. Bina, help me. Honestly, exactly, dude. We got Superperbia. Wang. I didn't use them properly. Oh, my bad. I'm just not a gamer enough. I'm gonna use my corrosion. Bruh. Should have watched your step in these woods. I'm Talisman Sinclair. Alright, now that we have minus 45, guys, we're gonna get double corrosion, which is good. We can't get staggered now. Boop. Nice. Okay, guys, it's so easy to sell Talisman. Like, look how easy this is. Minus 40 feet, still roll head. Completing it before the patch. Hell yeah, peak. Yeah, it's peak. This Rupture gameplay is crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh, dude, hold on. I got like a... Oh, let's get that. Let's get this fat skill 3, shall we? Ooh. Rupturing the Talisman. Ooh, stagger. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's OP. He's OP! Oh my god, he's killing everyone, chat. He's killing everyone! He's got 10 talisman on himself. Oh my god, damn, wait, hold on. I'm dying! Help! Help me! Oh my god! Wait, they do 0 damage. They do 0 damage. The -2 attack power. The -2 attack power. Please. Please don't kill me. Please, I'm simply... Oh, I lived! I lived, bitch. I lived, bitch. I lived. My name's Talisman Sinclair. And I never die.
결국엔 멈추는구나.
Okay, I may have died. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think I can top that. I think that's the end of the run, guys. GG's. I can't top that run, dude. I can't top that run, guys. I can't top that run, dude. GG's. GG. Glory to Limbus company. Please give him my fucking throne back. His own rupture was his downfall. Absolute cinema. Oh my god. And they want to nerf this guy? I have Greg and Faust. Am I screwed? No, you're good. You're good. That's heartbreaking. This is truly a sundered unsundering, guys. This is truly a sundered witnessing. Even my ID, this ID is getting worse. Yikes, dude. Found in the streets of H Corp. He's so OP. Made it to the second note of the 4th floor solo. I didn't expect him to just explode like that. Oh my god. Oh my lord, dude. That was a witness sundering, guys. I don't think I can peek. I don't think there's any peek than that. Oh, now do a Malfaust solo with Talisman support. Is Wilpurgis next week or 3 weeks? It should be 3 weeks or so. Talisman needs to consume some boluses. Maybe that's how he's getting nerfed, guys. He's gonna eat some boluses. One new unit applies more than 3 rupture. Great question. Probably mouse. That's 1 rupture. This is 1 rupture. This applies 3 rupture. 3 rupture and it's a reuse. So actually it's 6 rupture. Actually it's 6 rupture. Pretty sure all the skill 3s apply 3 stacks. Yeah, all the skill 3s apply 3 stacks, I'm pretty sure. Except this one doesn't apply 3 stacks. But this applies 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rupture. I know this one applies 2 rupture. 1, 2, 3, 4 rupture. And it's a reuse, so it's actually 6 rupture. And this one applies count. Talisman is still 1 more potency for free. How much is W saying Steel 3 inflict? Great question. I don't have him uptied, so I'd have to check his uptie. His uptie for he inflicts 1, 2, 5 rupture. For every 5, max 9. So he can inflict 9 rupture. That's pretty good. Oh damn, dude! I see why people like him. Doesn't make he can't to 8 boss rush scripts as you power is gonna be busy. That's goated. Speaking of goated, guys, hold on. Speaking of goated, guys, we're all forgetting Talisman Sinclair might be getting gutted, okay? But we're all forgetting about the true Talisman ID, guys. Okay, I think we're all forgetting it. We know she's here, guys. You can never escape her. Ah, here she is. The real red sheets, guys. The Twisted Curse Talisman, guys. You guys forgot about Twisted Curse Talisman, guys. Wait, high key though, guys. Twisted Curse Talisman is actually like really sick. So when you take 10 stacks from Gluttony, so at 10 stacks, when you take 30 Gluttony damage, you gain a Rupture count. And then you take Gluttony damage equal to the Rupture potency. And then whenever this effect expires, it gets halved, you gain attack power down. So pretty much, whenever you take 30 damage, you gain 1 Rupture count. Grants of Knowledge too. And this gives you 10 from a max Gluttony res. But that's not even that, dude. That's like a 2 Gluttony res, bro. 4 plus 2 Gluttony res is crazy. So that no one will cry. The fact that Rishi Ego applied an entirely different talisman should have been evidence something was going to happen. Yeah, no, I do remember that. I do remember when this happened. I was like, that's weird. It's a whole new talisman. Funny that it does the defense level down still, because it's the old wooden doll talisman. Does it activate on 10? Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. It gives, when you have this, it gives the maximum infliction, which is 10. Which is 10 plus. So the first hit will inflict 10, and then the second hit will inflict Twisted Talisman, depending on the Rupture on the target. So it's max 4, max 2. So this can be 16. Awakening is 16. This is such a nice piece of art, by the way. Dude, by the way, the Talisman doll, dude, can I just say that this guy does not have this much aura in his ego art, by the way. Yeah, okay. I just want to say, I'm pretty fucking positive he doesn't look like this, by the way. Remember what he looks like. He has the neck brace, he has the talismans on him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't fucking look like that. I'm like pretty fucking positive he doesn't look like that. Oh, I'm checking the gift compendium for this. If he does look like that, dude, I'm just throwing, because I'm pretty positive he doesn't look like that. He's a poise gift, so I gotta look for poise. Poise. Where is he? Here. He doesn't! I knew he didn't look like that. Bro, look at him. He has no aura in this. He's auraless, dude. In his doll form, dude. Yeah, but he's protecting Dong plus 100 aura. That's the gift. Yeah, I know, but that's the you know. He's inspired from the gift. That's what the gift is. The gift is it's this version of Red Sheep. That's just the whole one doll. Well, yeah, but that's what this one's based off. Because look, if you go here, you can see this one says based off the old wooden doll. So this is supposed to be the old wooden doll version of the talisman. But I guess that's what he's supposed to look like as an abnormality. Or just go to the GG wiki. Never. Speaking of, what are the opinions on 100 Deathfoot Maggot Ishmael, by the way? I haven't used her yet. But she looks good. So the Centipede Venom is like a poison. It's a defense level down. It's supposed to be the kind of equivalent of, I mean, like Snag Hoppin is insanely good, right? Does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's a Zane that looks like it does a lot of damage. Centipede Venom does look like it's pretty useful, especially because it transfers. What Abno is she based off? This is Centipede Apostle. So this is Centipede Apostle. Passive it's sinking. Yeah, passive is sinking, but it's also supposed to, like, it kind of gives you clutch power up. Give me out on a corroded form. Smack. It's funny that her passive is sinking, but her venom is gluttony. I didn't realize that this was a Zane when it came out. Snag Hoppin is very much. Supposedly she breaks Kanto 5. How does she break Kanto 5? Putting in my sinking team, yeah. It's better maggots, but worse compared to everywhere else. Okay, I'm curious to see it. What's the max defense level down? Stack divided by 4. Max stack 20. So 4, 12, 16, so max to 5 defensible down on a target. Inflict significant equal to the sum of types of negative effects on self and main target. Oh, I see. But I have heart. Oh, okay. Erosion is pretty cheap for a 16 negative coin. Oh, she actually breaks the cutscene. Oh, okay. No, she literally breaks it. Oh, you're right. It literally breaks it. Okay. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Pen effect is a lot of negative effects. Very helpful in Venom. Yeah. So we're not getting Faust rolls? No. So TLDR, guys, before we close off for the rest of the night. Is Faust. Nothing is happening to Faust. Okay, Faust is perfectly normal. She's still here. It's just pretend nothing ever happened to her. And then Red Sheet Sinclair, well, Red Sheet Sinclair is getting sent out back. I'm gonna change his. Yeah, this is the image of Kim Ji-hoon in the fucking back. This is the image, guys. This picture is taken of Kim Ji-hoon's bedroom right now. This is legitimately how Kim Ji-hoon is sitting in his bedroom right now. I wouldn't even blame him. If bro is sitting like this, he's probably sitting like this as he, you know, like the notices? This is him writing out the notice, guys. This is him writing out the fucking notice for the next, for the next fucking Twitter post, bro. This is how he bro looks at this, dude, because there's no other way to explain him, dude. Writing the apology announcements. Is he just the Talisman himself? I think he is. I think Kim Ji-hoon is the Talisman. It's my bedroom. I've always noticed that he's got blood here, dude. Kind of like Aura a little bit. You know, it's a cool S1, I gotta admit. They removed the 300 crates, yeah. Will there be 15 ID bots at least? We don't know. He's not getting paid that much SP. So that no one will rupture. Talisman has now tested to a rupture eater. He does, he eats it, he's so hungry. But I think if you threw Talisman to his employees and watched if they combusted to see if she should nerf it. Maybe. I think he did this. He was like, whoosh, he threw the Talisman out. Whoosh, so that everyone will cry. Yeah, this is a so that everyone will cry moment for real. Talismans written in blood? I think they are written in blood. I don't remember the Talisman law. Upside 5 Talisman. Well, that's it, guys. There's nothing else to talk about. A friend of mine said that they should have waited till post to reveal the nerf Talisman. That's what I'm surprised about. I'm surprised about them doing this 3 days, chat, before part 3 comes out. Dude, 3 days before part 3 comes out? Like, dude, part 3 is coming out in 3 days, bro. Oh, this is like the worst time to reveal this. You should have revealed it after the Kano's over, man. You should have revealed it after the Kano is over. Not right fucking before the Kano drop, dude. After it will make people forget? Maybe. But this was a pretty big outcry. Honglu's going to be OP. I mean, yeah, obviously Honglu is going to be OP, and the egos are going to be good. They didn't want to be with Dogwater. Yeah, I like, don't get me wrong, I agree with it. Right, I do agree with it, but I think if he, okay, I agree with it, right, but he ended up making the situation, he did end up making the situation worse. With the whole Faust scenario. If it was just Sinclair, I feel like it wouldn't have been a big of an issue. They should the GAQ speed, yeah, probably. Just go back on the cancellation. Yeah, unfortunately, they've already backpedaled. They have backpedaled. Sunil might make another one, maybe. I don't know. I don't think he might, because I think Sunil said he doesn't want to make more of them. But fuck it, maybe he does make another one. Who knows? But yeah. Well, that's gonna be it, guys. I have nothing else to talk about. We have legitimately yapped about Talisman, Sinclair, and Faust for like 3 hours. Even though they put too much on the scene, was scammed. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with it. There's a lot of problems with it. The problem is TLDR, either Kim Jong-un should have stuck his guns and committed. This was fun. Oh, this was something, alright, guys. I'll tell you that much. Look, either Kim Jong-un should have stuck his guns and said, we're doing this, here's the compensation, and called it a day. Or he should have not touched Faust and learnt from the Ring Sang era and just said, look, we're only touching Sinclair. And that's it. I think if everyone came out and said, we're just touching Sinclair, people would have been like, okay, fair enough. I'm still annoyed about it. I'm still upset. But at least it's just Sinclair. That was amazing. Don't distort. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed hanging out tonight with the power of... Guys, I gotta admit, dude, Kim Ji-hoon, bro, don't have the company fall under, bro. I need this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying, guys? We can't execute on a nothing burger. We have to find something. No. Today was something, guys. Let's all go to sleep tomorrow and pretend none of this happened. I think that'll be a good special Esgu appearance. We did have the special Esgu appearance. I guess that gives me a gateway to talk to Esgu. So that was nice. Yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed, guys, and when I wake up, nothing has happened. And May 26, 2025, chat, will just be another day, I hope. Maybe. Anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Reviews updated. Yeah, make sure to do your reviews, guys. Hope you guys are all well. And I'll see you all tomorrow. By the way, live stream every day for those of you who are new here. We also do videos. So, if you're new here, we live stream Limbus Company every day. So if you want to see more Limbus tomorrow, and the day after that, and then Can't Wait, and then the day after that, and the day after that, and when Kim Ji-hoon, when the entire ProjectMoon collapses, I'll still probably be doing company content. Anyway, nothing happened on May 2026. Alright, see you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining. Mwah. Bye-bye.